One thing.
Don't know why.
I don't know why.
Don't know why.
No matter how hard you try, keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time.
I tried so hard.
Time is a valuable thing. What
so
fly by is pendulum Then look out below. Watch time go right out the window.
Is nobody noticing that my voice is really high pitched?
You didn't even know you wasted all this time.
You go.
Okay, thank you. Thank you guys for
Thank you.
Okay.
Very cool.
That was the worst
I
thing I've
think it
ever
was
heard in
great.
my entire life.
Personally.
What the fuck is your voice?
Have you not noticed?
No.
Yeah, no,
I know,
I
I've been
know.
like this the whole
noticed.
time.
Hold on, I want
I
you to,
thought it
I
would
want
be
you to
funny.
suck in even more right now, and then I want you to talk like Mountain.
Oh my god, do it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Keep
Hold
this
on.
in.
Ready?
Keep this in, Grace, please.
Editor, keep this in.
Hello. I am Tiny Mountain. I am angrier than normal mountain.
Oh my
I
god.
will kill you.
Is that Hilltree?
He gets the angrier.
Is that Hilltree? Hello?
Yes, it is me.
Hilltree. Okay, my voice is slowly going back to normal, and I'm going.
Yeah,
okay,
Bisley,
I'm
can you
back.
pass that over?
Dude? Okay. Here
You went
go.
from a dwarf.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Dude,
Thanks.
pass the helium jewel.
Last episode, we met our savior, Gary, and Velrissa gave a speech that was drop dead beautiful. Oh, and I did it, Silnan. I actually saved Hilltree. Him, Ugarth, everyone else, we're all coming, Silnan. I can do this. I'm Br'aad fucking Vengalore, bitch.
As you're running down the stairs, most of the air seems lit by this sort of ominous green lighting. The stairs are it's a very tight space. It's a pretty narrow, spiraling straight down, no pathways to the left or right, just fully descending. As you follow down this path, it seems to slowly get darker and darker, and you begin to hear voices off in the distance. You can't really make out anything they're saying. It seems to be in a different language. But you hear the sounds of many voices moving back and forth. It sounds like there's a lot of commotion going on at the bottom of the staircase. But you can't see, as I said, if you look down, you just see the stairs spiraling down. It's just a very single, thin, narrow, straight down staircase spiraling. Do you continue, or what do you do?
I'm gonna keep going down and see if I can, like, peek at what's going on.
You move all the way down. You hit the bottom of the staircase. There's a small, just stone arch doorway etched through the actual cave, the sort of like the wall cavern-like area. At this point, you're far below ground. It's just rock walls. You peek in through the archway to see what you can see, and there are a lot of humanoid figures down here. It opens to this very, very large chamber, about the size of the town itself. You look around, you see buildings here and there, these smaller. None of them seem to be like actual residential-like buildings, but they're small, just constructs here, and they're all surrounding this very large platform. The platform itself seems to be about the size of the cathedral. It goes up on a staircase about 15 feet or so, just a long stone staircase, and then it just flattens out to this ginormous platform. On this platform, on each corner, there's a large sort of totem-like statue. They look almost like snakes that just spiral up and then edge down and point towards the platform. They're very dark green in color, and the eyes of the heads are lit a bright green, almost like there's gems in the actual eye sockets. These statues themselves seem to be about 30 feet in height. As your eyes pander around and look across the people, the first thing you notice is on the very top of the platform, there is the blue orc. He is alive. He is moving. There are some stitchings where the hole was once broken through the chest, done by yours truly. As you look around, most of the people are hooded, black hooded robes that have purple linings, and the symbol on the back is just one of a large purple eye with a yellow iris. Most of them seem to be gathering around the platform at this time. You see the blue orc standing there in the very center of the platform where it's elevated a bit more. There seems to be like a small flat table. And when you sort of get more recollection to this, you notice that the snake heads are directly pointing at that table.
Do I see anyone else that I recognize?
Looking through, you get a glimpse of one of the non-hooded creatures, and you recognize it as a finfolk. Other than that, you don't notice much. Everybody else seems to be hooded. It's hard to tell from this distance, especially. You're quite a ways back away from them at the moment.
And how many did you say there were about?
It's hard to count. There are lots of people moving around. You would guess well over 50. There is almost like an entire city's residents all piled down here. Most of them seem to be crowding around the platform, though, and almost like they're waiting for some sort of performance or something to happen.
I wait up.
I wait up. Okay.
I don't go in. Yeah.
I would have ran as fast as I could to catch up.
Okay.
I would have ran as fast as my little dwarf legs could take me.
Mountain falls down the stairs.
All right, you guys follow Br'aad quite quickly, as you don't want him to be by himself.
Yeah.
Silnan.
Hey, yeah, what?
Just a friendly reminder that you're dead. Nothing
Okay,
else.
you're dead. Okay, moving on. Back to okay,
Alright.
no. You are currently sitting on the bench in front of the fountain with Catherine. You're looking down. You've been. It only feels like you've been sitting here for mere seconds since the last sort of encounter with her. The things you did with the memories. You just sat down at the bench afterwards. It's been probably about 4 seconds, and then she pipes up, and she says, "They've arrived.
Hey, what?
Your friends, your brother."
Oh, yeah, sorry, my mind kind of all over the place after the memory. Not very good. Yeah, where are they? They're in, where?
Well, they're going to resurrect you. They've made it to
Yeah,
some
I know
sort of
that, but like,
ritualistic temple.
oh. Fuck, can we look?
She walks over to the fountain. You come up with her, and it shimmers, and you do see this large, just open, probably about 200 to 300 feet maybe, all the way up to the top of the ceiling, this large burrowed out hole in the ground. You see this ginormous just altar surrounded by these small buildings, hooded figures gathering around it as the blue orc is sitting onto a table. You feel a dark coldness somewhere in your chest area around your heart as you look at this area. Something feels really off about here in particular.
I don't like it. I don't like that blue orc's back alive, first of all. But something about this place is off. I hope they'll be okay.
Here's what's going to happen. You see there, that table in the center.
Yeah.
They've not only resurrected the blue orc, they're trying to make him more powerful. This is where you're going to come in. There's only so much I can do from here. But these, and your vision sort of moves over to these snake-like statues that are pointing on all the edges. She goes, these are where the power is held. There are trapped souls of many, many lives lost, powered into these sort of totems.
And what am I
They're using
supposed
that
to do?
to fill his necrotic energy.
Okay.
If your friends can somehow use the power of these totems to put that energy into you instead, they can use it as a resurrection.
Interesting. Okay, how do I communicate that to them? I feel like that, not really able to do that right now, right?
You're going to in a second,
Okay.
but I want you to know what's about to happen. For me, for them to get you back, your soul cannot be here. I'm going to give you one last chance here to tell them what they have to do. Then I must bind you to something.
All right.
You'll have to go back.
Do we know what that thing is? that I will be binded to by chance?
No,
Okay, that's good.
I don't know.
It's very good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, not gonna really get much done sitting around here, so I guess let's do it.
All right. And then she waves her hand over the fountain, and you see Br'aad's face appear, almost like you're staring at him, straight in front of him, as he's peering into this cavern system.
Hey, Br'aad, hello. Hey, yeah, you made it. I guess this is supposed.
Where are you though?
I'm still up in heaven with my girlfriend.
I look
Anyway,
up.
I don't have a lot of time.
Oh.
I'm gonna my soul's gonna be bound to some. I don't know what it's gonna be. It's bound to something though in the mortal realm.
That's
Yeah,
good for you.
yeah,
I guess
that's great.
Is it?
But anyway, you need to. Apparently, there's a lot of power in those little snake totems, and
Yes.
you need to somehow channel it into me, and that'll bring me back to life. Or so I don't really understand magic, if I'm being honest.
This is really thank you.
yes,
This
no,
is
I'm
super
sure.
helpful. Okay, wait.
You're-
Channel it into bound you, or channel it into body.
That's a good
you?
question.
Thanks.
Catherine.
Br'aad is just frantically like taking.
You hear a
Just
female
like,
voice in your
uh-huh.
head as well. She goes, "The body."
Okay, yeah, the
Oh,
body.
Okay. I cross out a little thing on the notes and write something else.
Yeah.
It will transfer his soul.
So I use the snake eyes on the
No,
body,
this-
but
this-
his
yeah.
soul. Yes.
Look,
Yes.
There's power inside the totems, and you
Okay.
throw that power into my body, and
Sure.
Kazam, I'm back alive.
Ah, Krazam.
Yes. I think that's how this worked. I don't know. I mean, I've never died
Okay.
before.
Can we also? I'm gonna write another bullet here. I want to shoot that guy. I want to shoot him through the chest again.
Yeah.
Do you think we can make room for that?
Yeah, no, shoot him twice.
That'd be great. Yes.
I don't really like that guy, so I mean, I'm
No, me
totally
neither.
Yes. Anyways,
What are you being bound to?
I don't
Is it gonna
know.
be like a person or just like a rock?
I mean, is it gonna be a live thing or is it going to be like a?
I have a couple things in my
We don't
bag.
know.
I have like
Okay,
a rope.
so it's random. Gotcha. Okay.
It'll be something nearby, something that is held close to you.
Okay, so that's gotcha. Something that's held close to me. Okay, well,
Time is of the essence here, and that's something that usually doesn't affect me.
Okay, well let's do it.
will
Alright.
they know what I've been bound to? Is that important? Like,
They will not, and neither will I.
okay, good. Okay, yes, great.
So then, at this point, Sonen's voice starts to fade away from you, Br'aad.
I mean, shit. Good luck.
I'll bring you back.
Now,
See you
Sonen
soon.
being back. As your vision moves away from the fountain, Catherine puts her hands on both your shoulders, and she goes, "Before you go, there's something we should do."
Yes.
Fuck.
We should fuck. Yes.
No. That darkness, it's still inside you.
Yeah. Didn't you
There's
say I
something
had
I
to
can
do
do.
something? Oh. that'd
We
be
can
great.
combat it. We can start to here, at least. Before you leave, I'm going to give you my blessing. Now, I'm not exactly very powerful yet, but the best thing I can do is do this. And she holds your hand, the hand of the arm on your right side, the one that does not have that chaotic energy in it just yet.
Yeah.
And it begins to feel really warm. You begin to see a white aura actually start to slowly creep up your arm and up to very close to your shoulder blade. We can start here. I can give you this power. But I don't know which one of us can reach your soul first. It's going to be dangerous, Sonen.
I mean, I've never really been a stranger to danger.
You may experience mood swings. You may experience some very bizarre out-of-body experiences. I'm not sure.
If an erection lasts for more than 4
4
hours.
hours.
You may not feel like yourself at times, but this is the only way I know of to try to get this evilness out of you.
As long as it works, I guess, I just want the evil gone. Kind of looks down at his left hand in disgust.
All right, well, And she puts both of her hands over top of yours. And she goes, "This is goodbye for now. But I will always be with you.
Will I ever be able to see you again?
Keep me in your prayers, and possibly we may see each other again. Now, this is going to hurt."
Oh no, you didn't mention pain. Okay. Just get it over with.
And next thing you know, it almost feels like your body's just being ripped out of itself. You feel flesh being peeled from bone. You feel your bones being cracked and split in different locations. It feels like your entire body is just being crushed over this immense weight. You feel yourself being pulled out of this plane of existence and some sort of weird tunnel of darkness. After being pulled from behind, you look down at your arms. You see your left one glowing this purple and the right with the white aura. And they're both slowly creeping over your shoulders and towards your chest. And then everything goes black. The rest of the party now, you catching up with Br'aad down at the bottom of the staircase. You see the same thing I mentioned to him. This large open area, almost like an entire city underground once again, but this one much larger. Underground to underground, essentially. Even further below.
That's him. That's the blue orc, isn't it?
Oh, he is blue.
And he is an orc.
And I start kind of just like walking forward.
I
Towards
grab mountain. I grab mountain.
What?
Listen, Mountain,
We don't have a lot of room to mess this up.
there's also a lot of people out there. And
Yeah, so we kill them all.
Mm-hmm. And now that everybody else is down here, we'll start with Taxi, because now it's maybe people are down here with a really good perception. They actually see what's going on a little bit better.
What do you mean?
So, Taxi getting a better look at the area now. Everything, of course, that Br'aad saw. Bit more details. There is another alcove put into the wall. You see this large, almost like a Mayan sort of architecture of a platform jutting out of this little temple. It seems to be just jutted into that wall.
Back there, Br'aad. There's a, you said it's like another platform?
Yeah, it's about 50 feet above the already about 30 feet up platform. Just up in the wall. It's almost like half of a temple, like half of like a very small sort of Mayan architecture-like building just sticking out of the wall with an archway. And then a platform coming off of that. Almost like it's been forced into the stone. There's some vines that are draping off the sides of it as well. Moss covers it.
What's the plan here, Br'aad?
Well, here's what I got from my brother, who is dead, but hear me out. He spoke to my mind. No, it's fine. So you see those snakes with the eye gems?
Aye.
Yes. Eye. And
Aye.
if we have to use those on the body, and I just point over to Solman's body, and then, as he said, I think, Kazam?
Okay, yeah, so Brad's delusional. What should our real plan be?
Mountain Kazam!
Mountain, listen. I
Guys,
think
keep
what
it
he's
down.
trying to say is his power lying within those snake statues.
I think what I'm trying to say is I don't understand shit about that magic stuff. I just want to know who I should kill first.
Then maybe, Mountain,
Yeah, maybe
Just-
Taxi what?
maybe stay low. We all need to work together. You're here for brute force.
Taxi, I always stay low.
I was gonna say it. I'm really glad you did. I was worried you were gonna beat me up.
At this point, Velrissa, you begin feeling a very powerful migraine. Your head starts to pulse. Your vision starts to get a little blurry, a little bit of like a white vignette around it. You hold the temple on your forehead and kind of just rub your fingers against it for a second. You begin seeing flashing images. You're standing on a very large spider web, walking across the strands of silk. You keep flashing between that and back to where you currently are. Your head looks up from the silk you're walking on, and you see in the center of the web this woman standing there. She's gorgeous. Her pale white skin meets to a long black dress. Her eyes seem to be piercing into yours as you slowly approach her. Her voice echoes out, and you immediately recognize the voice of your deity. You recognize Weejas in front of you. You try to speak, but you really can't, and your vision keeps flashing back to looking at Br'aad and looking back, and you just hear her voice in the back of your mind tell you, "Destroy this place. These people are against us. Stop them. Then your vision returns to where you currently are, and the migraine slowly fades.
That's great, Mountain. I know you're always low, but we really need to work together and play it very safe. But I'm not leading this. I'm going to listen to Br'aad and not attack the first thing I see.
Good
Can you do the same?
idea. Mountain, please also do that.
I don't know. I just don't see why we should listen to the guy who told the king where we were.
Yeah, well, you stabbed a guy and made me give away my weed.
This isn't important, Br'aad.
Alright. Enough of your guys' bullshit. At this point, he shoves Silnan into your arms, Br'aad. This is your brother. And you're bloody hell gonna save him. You see that orc up there? He's mine. I'll take care of him. You get this body up there, and we'll figure out what the fuck we're going to do.
Okay, and Ugarth?
What?
Make sure he stays down.
Rip his head off.
And then
cut
eat it.
Cut it.
Damn,
Yeah.
Taxi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it look
Yeah.
like most of the people there are armed, or are they like?
It doesn't matter, dead Selnin. I eat fish.
Bramble looking over them. You don't notice many weapons, no. At least the people who are cloaked who are walking around the crowd of people, they don't seem armed in any way, at least from what you can tell from here. They're also cloaked, so it's really hard to tell, but none of them are wielding anything in their hands.
Okay, here's my plan, quote unquote. If we, I think, so everyone's wearing the same robes, right?
Yes, they're all black robes with the back of it, because at this point, most of them you can just see their back. It's just a large purple eye with a yellow iris.
Okay. We should try and get ourselves some of those, I'm thinking.
Robes?
Some robes.
So you want?
I mean, I don't think I'm
I don't
really
know.
gonna fit in with one of those.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self, and I'm gonna look like the robe persons, people.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean
Sure,
he's gonna be
right?
fishy? If he's gonna be fishy, I'm gonna hit him.
No, not like actually like a fishy, like I'm not a fish.
Okay.
I don't think they're all fish.
How far down do the robes go? Just out of curiosity. This is important.
All the way down to,
Like to the feet?
ankles. To the ankles,
Okay.
yeah.
If fucking Br'aad does that, Hilltree's gonna hide between his legs.
Brilliant.
Is that allowed?
like sneaking food into a movie.
Yeah.
And then Ugarth goes, alright, that's fine and all. But what about the rest of us? You're just gonna walk in there
I
by
can-
yourself and die too?
No, that's
can
not
go
the
with
plan.
Br'aad.
Not this time. I'm gonna go try and find you guys something to fit in. I don't think we'll get very far just sneaking around and staying low.
Right.
Or we
What
could
if-
just go
What
in.
if two of us went to the platform, and then some stayed here?
Okay,
have to have
Br'aad
some kind of
just
plan.
secures Hiltrian, I guess, onto his like stomach or ass or wherever the fuck Hiltree's grabbing. It's fine. And I'm gonna go.
He's probably,
into
he's probably literally in between your legs, an arm around each leg, kind of just like putting his feet up onto your shoes
so I'm like
and just
waddling.
yes, essentially.
Okay, I want to waddle over to the nearest building and try and stay on the lookout for some like robe stash.
The
or
nearest
something.
buildings are going to be around the crowd of people.
I try and stop Br'aad before he goes. And I gather the whole party's attention. Listen, guys, I know that we're here for Silnan and all. And all the people here, they are very evil. And we aren't just here to revive Silnan. We need to stop this madness once and for all. We need to destroy
we can
this
figure that
place.
out afterwards.
Wait,
It doesn't seem like we have a
hold
lot
on,
of
hold on,
time
hold on.
here.
Velrissa, are you saying we
Yes.
should kill all of them because I might like you a little bit more if you are?
That's not usually what I'd go for. These people are evil.
You are saying that. Oh shit.
Oh my god. Okay,
so
well,
we
what
have
if
to
we
kill
did it?
them.
Well, no, so we do that but we do that after. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I nod
or-
slowly at Mountain.
obviously.
Yes.
Or right now?
We are not-
Yes.
No,
I'm not saying-
no,
no,
that's
okay.
bad.
Stop!
Okay.
Stop!
What if you persuaded one of them to come back here, and then we force him to tell us how to work these things? We could get
Yeah,
Sunan
okay,
up there
that makes sense to me. I'm gonna just go into the nearest building now.
Okay, stop. No.
Oh my. Yes.
I can see why your brother died. You lot are the most unplanned people I've ever met.
I'm trying here.
Have you never heard of thinking? Look,
I try
do you
so
see
hard,
this? And he literally grabs a hold of Bramble by the back of his cloak and picks him up. You see this thing? All right, what's it good at? He points at it. What is it good at?
I don't.
He kills people
I killed
silently.
people, you fucking morons.
Drops him. Bramble, you hide. Go set up. If this man, he points at Br'aad, fucks up, start killing something. Aim for the blue orc. Aim for someone strong.
Will do.
Cat, you're agile. You can turn into beasts. Turn into something that flies. Get high up and get a better
I
vantage
can't.
point.
I'm not that good. I can't do that.
Oh, fuck.
I can get on the ceiling.
Either
if there
way,
is one.
you can somehow conceal yourself or get closer as well. Dwarf,
You talking to me?
you're the strongest bloody man I've ever met.
That's very sweet.
You come with me. We stay a bit far back so we don't cause any noise. When things go sour, we rush in.
I like that plan. Let's do it.
Right? Okay. Tiefling, what kind of spells do you have loaded right now?
I've got all types of healing and damage
Healing.
spells on me.
We should keep her with
Damn
us.
it. Alright, you can come with us as well. Now, Br'aad, if things go sour, what noise will you make?
Caw.
Good old times.
I guess that works. Now, go ahead and try your silly plan. I doubt you're gonna get anything out of it. I mean, there's how many of us?
I'm gonna turn around and keep
2,
going.
3, 4,
A lot.
5.
All right. Everybody get in position. Watch the fool. Also, he's still carrying the dead body. I'm not sure if anybody's really picked up on that.
Yeah, no, I knew that.
Oh no! I turn around. I set it down. I give it to Mountain because he's staying back.
Oh, I don't want to hold him. Oh, he stinks. Oh, fuck.
Please, just for now.
Yeah. Oh, fine.
Okay.
I'm not gonna kill shit holding this.
Oh no! I guess you can't.
All right, so Hilltree and Br'aad then move forward, correct?
Yep.
Does Silnan still have the ball bearings on him?
Yes.
On his body? Can I grab them from him?
Sure. You can loot the dead man's pockets.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take his ball bearings.
Okay.
Silnan, having been channeled into the ball bearings, is crying.
Oh shit!
Most precious thing to him.
My ball bearings!
No.
All right. I will. Shit. This is all I can do.
Toxie shits
that-
on command.
Little poop drops on the blue orc.
I can't
From the roof.
Man, okay. I'm gonna wild shape into a spider. How high is the ceiling?
It's the ceiling itself goes up to about 200 to 300 feet up.
Holy shit, dude.
Hey, gravity doesn't really hit a spider
You
hard.
can web down.
I know that. It's just like I'm too high. That'd be too fucking high.
Crawl on walls and shit.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna wild shape into a spider,
You've played Spider-Man. You can do this.
and I'm going to start. I wanted to follow Br'aad, but I also want to get closer to the podium. I'll follow behind Br'aad and stealth,
Okay. So
so that he's not alone.
go ahead and roll your stealth. Okay, everybody else, Bramble.
Yep.
Bramble. What are you doing?
Bramble, he wants to find a good vantage point where he can see what's happening, but can stay out of sight. Preferably closer to Br'aad, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay,
Is
roll a
there
stealth
anything
check.
like that? Okay.
Yeah, roll a stealth check.
That is a 15 plus 8, 23.
23 for you. Okay, what was Taxi? What was your stealth check?
17?
17. Okay.
9 plus 8.
Yep. Velrissa and Mountain, you both are following with Ugarth, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you three stay on the back, sort of hugging the wall. You just kind of stand back and watch from a bit of a distance. Go ahead and roll stealth checks.
8.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Oh.
That's
what does
5.
ow mean?
5. Okay. So you guys stand out of the way. Br'aad, moving forward, hill trim between your legs. You walk beside the crowd of people. As you peek over to look at them, most of them are like their heads bent down. They seem to be cupping sort of necklace charm in their hand, strapped around their necks, and they're just muttering incantations towards it. You see many different races, most of them being Finfolk, but you see humans, you see orcs, you see dwarves. It's a very mixed amount of people.
Okay. Can I try and make out what the incantation is or what it does?
You do not. It's nothing that you have knowledge of in your area of the magic web. It's nothing you've heard before, nothing arcane that you recognize. But it seems very, very dark and ancient. You can tell just by the sort of the enunciation of it. You move forward into one of the nearby buildings, kind of like ducking over it. The buildings are basically small, simple square-shaped buildings. Well, they're not squares; they're more rectangles. They're a bit taller. On the top of it is just a pointed triangular spire. They're only about probably 12 to 14 feet tall. They're very small buildings, very short. And each of the sides just have an archway that leads into it. On the inside, there's just a small stone circular table in the center. That's it.
All right. And by this building, if I look out the door, how many of these like robed figures are there in like proximity?
Proximity to you, within 20 or 30 feet of you, you probably count. You can probably like just looking into the crowd, you're guessing maybe 10 to 20.
Okay.
It's a pretty large crowd.
Right.
Rambleshank, when he gets to his position, he wants to kill some of his arrows and his dagger and something else.
Bramble, you approach in the building that Br'aad actually just went into. You climb to the top and sort of get like behind the ledge of the. So it's a triangular point. You just get to the opposite side where you can kind of crouch below the point and just conceal your body as much as possible, and you start coding.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm coating my stuff with poison. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's my brilliant plan.
Taxi, I assume did you go in the building with them? You're just like following behind Br'aad, right?
Can I make it up? And I doubt he could feel me. Could I cling to the back of him while stealthing?
Br'aad?
Or could I just follow behind him?
Yeah, you can cling to him if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Here's my amazing plan. I want to position myself so that I'm by some people that are looking downwards. I want to cast Mage Hand, so from a distance, tap one of the ones looking down on the shoulder, and then cast Prestidigitation to make it appear that the guy behind him said, "I don't like your face."
This is not how we're getting Sylvan back.
Okay, so you do that. Shoulder tap. He looks over. You try to say that to him. The one in front kind of cocks his head a little bit. Lets go of his amulet. And then he just turns back around to look back up at the podium.
Oh.
Seeming to be sort of unfazed by the insult in his head. At this point, another figure from people who can see up to the podium. So not Br'aad, not Taxi, not Hilltree. Everybody else, though, looking at the podium. One of the figures steps in front of the blue orc. His body seems to be a bit, he's a bit taller, a bit stockier of a character. He pulls his hood back, and you see the face of a Finfolk. He seems very muscular. And he looks down across to people and starts speaking in a foreign tongue that you don't understand. But they all their heads immediately perk up from their necklaces, and they begin listening to what he's saying.
Okay. I would like to cast Charm Person on the 3 people closest to the back of the crowd so that no one really sees it.
So you do that. That's a wisdom save, I do believe?
Yeah, for the just whatever 3 dudes are closest.
Mm-hmm. So first is a 12.
Okay, that doesn't save.
Second is an 18.
That saves.
Third is a 16.
Fucking hate your dice so much, Jared. All right,
I'm sorry, dog.
I talked to the one that I did manage to charm and try and get him to come over into my dark corner.
Hold on. Sorry, 1 sec.
Holy shit.
It's gonna be loud.
All natural 20s. All natural 20s.
That's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
Switching
dice.
dice.
I'm switching dice. I'm sorry. He looks around oddly, but then looks over towards the building and approaches. It's one of the Finfolk. He's a bit thinner, kind of hunched over a little bit. It approaches and it sees you in the corner and kind of just looks over at you and just cocks its head. Bit of drool falls out the side of its maw.
I just walk up to him. I say, "Hey." I whisper this also because there's a lot going on. buddy, pal, fish person, do you really need the robes you've got on right now? Oh, fuck. Of course he doesn't speak common. Of course I got the fish. Alright. Oh, God. Let's see. I speak into his mind. And ask, do you really need those, robes you've got on? I don't feel like something else would look better on you.
Looks how his robes kind of like pulls them off of his skin a little bit, like look at the material and goes,
Okay, yeah, I totally agree. Here, follow me, and I just gesture at him to follow me towards the door where
Bramble wouldn't know that that guy was under charm person, right?
Bramble would not know, no.
Okay, I think Bramble's gonna sneak in behind that guy because he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Okay, yeah. Bramble climbs off the building and sneaks over, kind of like peering in to see, as Br'aad gestures to have the man follow him.
Brambleshank's also gonna follow behind that. He doesn't trust it. He doesn't know what's going on.
At this point, Ugarth talking to Mountain and Velrissa, he kind of just goes, "This isn't looking too good.
What do you mean? I think it looks fine.
I don't know who the one in front is there, but they seem to be starting some sort of ritual. I'd say our time is limited."
Now we run in and kill everybody?
Not yet. Not until we get a word. Yeah. But if they don't hurry, we might be running out of time.
Well, we need a backup plan then. We can't sit around and wait for Br'aad to do his magic bullshit.
I already told you. Fight off whoever you can, but I'll make sure the big one stays with me.
I'll watch your back.
Br'aad, you approach them with the fish person following you. I don't think spiders make that sound. I think that's a. I don't think the spider's a SoundCloud rapper. Skr skr.
I don't know what spiders don't make noise.
Probably nothing. I mean, they don't make noise at all.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do. Hey, I'm back. I brought a new friend. I whisper to Mountain, could you just knock him out real fast?
Yeah, I mean, I can do that. Are you controlling him right now?
Yeah.
Have him.
He doesn't even speak English. Can you knock him out right now?
Oh yeah. I got. Here, have him look at the wall. I'm gonna do something funny.
Okay, I gesture at him to turn around a little. I say in his mind, look at that wall. It's so cool.
All right.
Natalie von Sutanai. He doesn't turn around. He just looks at you very weirdly.
Okay, I walk up to him and then I look at the wall like it's the most interesting thing I've ever seen in my life.
While this is happening, Brambleshank's gonna sneak up from behind and sneak attack him.
Go for it.
Don't do it. Don't. No.
I'm the assassin, man. I get a free crit.
God dang it. Don't use it on this.
It's not fucking.
It's not
It's
limited.
an unusable thing.
I don't
Yeah, no,
care.
I haven't limited this. If I fail, I guess you can just punch him in the face.
Now I'm angry. Mountain man.
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna just like fucking smack him in the back of the head with the blunt side of my rapier.
Are you going for kill or no kill?
Actually, fucking. Oh, Bramble is a killer.
Mhm.
Fuck.
Yes, he is.
Could I kill him silently? Like make sure he doesn't make a noise when I kill him?
That you are an assassin. Yes.
Okay, yeah, then I'll do that. I'll just stab him fucking however. That is a fucking spicy 18 plus
Yeah, you hit.
D8 plus 4 plus 2 sneak attacks. Cool. And that's a free crit, right?
Yes, that would be a crit.
Okay. So that's 8, 12, 25 damage.
So as you're trying to gesture to the fish person to look over at the wall, you just see Bramble, just those fingers immediately jump up. His legs wrap around, sort of like the torso, and the knife just sticks straight into the throat, and he covers his mouth with his hand. You just hear.
That works
prick.
too.
I was gonna
Great,
do something
great,
funny.
Great. You can.
He falls over to the ground, lifeless. Bramble gets off of him, and as the body hits the ground, you hear a very ominous. as some sort of strange ethereal like soul is ripped from the chest and it starts floating towards the altar.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, yeah, no, now's not really the time for jokes, Mountain. I think something's about to happen.
I think now's the time for you to shut the fuck up, you little...
Listen here, Mountain, I'll fucking kill you.
Oh, I'll rip you to shreds, you little shit.
Don't fucking
this is
make
happening.
me.
I take the talisman off of him, and I take the robes off of him, and I just sort of put him in a corner.
Okay, so you're pulling the talisman off of him, so you start taking the clothes off as well. Looking back over, you watch the spirit, sort of soul weird ethereal shape. It pulls over and it actually gets sucked into the mouth of the closest serpent totem. And as it does, a loud is heard and it rings throughout the entire cavern.
Hey, nice.
The entirety of the crowd turns around to look over.
All according to my plan. Let's kill him now.
Do they see us?
A few of you quite definitely yes, and the dead body as well.
See, Bramble, look at what the fuck you did.
The large fish person looks over and goes, Knifela! Oito! And the entire crowd, they start to disperse. They start to actually just run into some of the nearby buildings and actually start evacuating.
I look over at Ugarth and say,
All right, gang.
Oh wait, for real?
Initiative
All
time.
right, it's time.
This would be time. And he pulls out his quarterstaff and begins sprinting over towards the altar.
I'm gonna pull out my trident and just start stabbing everybody like that's close to me. That's not my
I grab Solon's body and just start goofily bolting towards the fucking altar.
I'm gonna cling on to Br'aad.
As you should.
Great.
So
Hilltree is still between my legs.
Hilltree at this point has not. He's let go of your legs.
No, I'm out.
Damn it.
Yeah. You can't run with Hilltree down there.
As you begin running with Sonan's hand, I said his hand, his body in your hands, his hands in your body, Sonan's body in your hands as you're running.
I try to stay closest to everyone, though. By the way,
you hear Amlakshai's voice back in the back of your mind once more as you're running forward. He says, "Do you remember how I said there was one of my kind around here?"
Yeah, I thought we dealt with him. He's gone, right?
There's one of yours as well.
What does that mean?
Oh, an idiot.
Warlock battle.
As he says that, the large fish creature on the top, looking over towards you, sprinting over, his hand raises up, and you see this archaic energy start to spiral up his forearm, and he fires an Eldritch Blast, 2 beams towards Ugarth and then towards you, Br'aad. And after this, it will start initiative. To hit you, Br'aad, it is a 15.
Of course, that hits.
And
Shit! I'm good. I'm just kidding.
It also hits Ugarth as well.
I'm like behind you, so I just feel.
So,
well, off to a great start.
Br'aad, you take 6 points of damage as it blasts into you. Not enough to like knock you anywhere, but you just feel the damage hit your chest, and you tilt, and kind of like your body just jolts from the damage for a second, but you push yourself and keep running forward. Everybody will need to roll initiative, and please, for the love of God, don't say it out loud. Just keep it in your head. Thank you. Up first, top of the round, Bramble.
He's gonna instantly. Is there anybody? How far away is the closest person from me?
It's going to be the fish man on top of the podium holding out an Eldritch Blast.
Bramble's gonna throw a dagger at the warlock. Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you are in range. You can do that.
15.
15 to hit?
Yep.
That just hits.
Cool. Hoo! So yeah, it's 4 damage plus another 4, 8 damage plus roll Constitution check for the poison.
That is a 9.
A 9. Okay, he fails that. So that is 4, 8 plus 6, 14.
You deal some spicy damage. The dagger embeds itself right below his collarbone into his chest, and you can see the poison immediately start to take effect across the nearby veins. He doesn't necessarily fall or seem extremely damaged by it, but you can tell it definitely hit hard. After that, up next is Taxi.
Okay. I'm gonna jump off Brad's shoulder. Like, I'm gonna crawl up his shoulder and then jump off in front of him, and then use my bonus action to come out of wild shape.
Okay. Br'aad screams.
Ah!
As I'm jumping off midair, like, I'm not gonna turn back while I'm still on him.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, he's gonna see a spider come up his shoulder and just jump off right in front of his face.
And then boom, back to taxi.
Oh!
Alright, I'm gonna use a free action. Make sure you get to that platform. And then I turn around and I cast Entangle on the big fish boy.
Okay, so that's a dexterity save, correct?
Strength.
Strength save, okay. That is a 16.
Fuck!
Fuck!
Barely saves, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna move forward about 30 feet.
So you reach your hand out, and the vines begin to erupt out of the mossy ground of the altar. As they wrap around his legs, he just immediately spreads them a bit and just flexes, and the vines just rip. They just shred apart immediately, and he just stares at you as you approach.
Taxi looks nervous as fuck.
Up next, the crowd of people begin to disperse more. Some of them running towards some nearby exits, some towards buildings. Some of them are just cowering and hiding behind objects. They seem to just all be rushing as far away as possible from the altar. After that, the blue orc. He steps off of the table. He walks up and gets to about the same closeness to all of you as the Finfolk warlock. And his eyes immediately first look over at you, Br'aad, and Selden in your arms. He goes, Round 2 already.
Aw, fuck this guy, dude.
And then he pulls out 2 scimitars, and they erupt in this green flame in his hands.
I wish I could do that.
And as he does, he takes 1 step forward towards you, and then his left arm swings out, and he stabs at the Finfolk next to him. He hits.
Wait, what?
Wait, he stabbed what?
He stabbed at the Finfolk standing next to him.
Not the big fish boy.
No, the big fish boy. Yes, the big fish boy.
What?
What the fuck? Okay.
Yep. Let me go ahead and add the bonus here. Yep. He literally without even looking to his left. He steps forward and then he just drives the scimitar directly into the chest of the warlock. He goes, shush, shush, shush. He doesn't even look. He's still looking at you, Br'aad. He goes, shush, shush, shush. Oh, I want him on myself. And he rips the scimitar out, and the body crumples onto the staircase.
Holy shit.
Well, I wasted a spell slot, you fucking dick.
Taxi says in character.
Up next, would be Mountain, Bud.
Oh.
But stop.
So as the blue orc pulls the scimitar out of the body and it crumples, he takes a few steps down the staircase, looking directly at you, Br'aad, walking very slowly. And then you hear a voice ring out from somewhere above. A very familiar voice. I really wish I taught my kids how to play nice.
What?
And as you look up towards that ruined building that was jutted into the side of the wall, the very opposite side, you see Brendan walking out of the archway.
Hey, that's not cool, man. Nobody asked you to come out right now.
He goes, Br'aad, why are you ruining my plans?
Is this the first time I've actually seen him in person?
Yes, and he looks just like you. A bit older. It's hard to tell a lot of details from this distance, but it seems to be just a much more matured, eldered version of you. He looks extremely similar to you, and it's very unsettling.
Ugh.
He's wearing a brown leather coat that falls down towards a little bit lower than the hips. In his hand, you actually see a small briefcase-like satchel in his left hand as he's looking down upon you.
Why don't you come on down and find out?
Oh, I thought I raised you better.
You didn't, dick!
It's very sorry to see that one of my own kind, one of my own blood, has sadly fallen, but you should know that every once in a while there are tragedies that happen in life.
Can I cast Eldritch Blast at him?
No, not yet.
Oh,
This
okay.
is not.
What if I really want to?
Now, let's get some of these obstacles out of the way. And he steps forward to the very edge of the platform. He lifts up in his left arm the satchel out, and he holds it directly in front of him, the briefcase. The leather-bound side of it that is facing you, the leather begins to morph and twist towards the center. Some of the leather begins to almost look like scales as it forms into the shape of a large eye. The eye is shut, and then he points it down towards the party. and the eye bursts open. You see the purple eye with the yellow iris. And as it darts open, you hear a very loud, low roar that starts to shake the cavern. Debris starts to fall from the ceiling. The loud rises through and it shakes the entire cavern. And then, from the briefcase through the eye, an eldritch blast is sent your way, Br'aad.
Oh my god, why can everyone just do it?
That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
That is only 5 points of force damage. And then he lets go of the briefcase, and it seems to dangle near his wrist, almost like it's handcuffed to him. And then as he jumps off the platform, he begins to slowly fall towards the altar. And the wall behind him, the entire cavern wall below this building, starts to crackle. These large sort of just rifts, just ripping open, cracking the actual stone. And as they burst open, these large black tentacles shoot out and begin grabbing nearby buildings and crushing them.
Oh.
He lands on the altar. His eyes close, his head pointed downwards. As he looks up towards you, Br'aad, and opens his eyes, they are also purple, with a yellow iris. And his voice, seeming to reverb off the cavern walls, just says to you, "I never thought I'd end my own bloodline."
I'm nervous.
And it is now Mountain's turn.
Okay, I have seen all of this.
Can I cast Prestidigitation to clean the pee off Mountain?
The tentacles themselves, by the way, are large. They are a bit ethereal. You can kind of see through them, but they're just these large, phantasmal tentacles that are grabbing buildings and crushing them, almost destroying the actual sanctuaries and areas, places nearby.
Last time I did this, I really regretted it, but I'm gonna do it again. Is Br'aad within, like, vocal reach of me? Would hear me if I yelled out to him?
Yes, he would.
Okay. Don't make me regret this, you stupid fuck. I'm gonna use Commander Strike, and I'm gonna yell to Br'aad, "Don't just stand there, kill him!"
I salute to Mountain.
And
Mr. Mountain, get down!
forego one of my attacks and let Br'aad go after Brendan.
Bless your heart.
What
Br'aad
a
uses his
fucking
action to do a backflip. No.
No, that would be great, though, let's be honest.
Okay. I cast Eldritch Blast on Dodd.
Please do well.
First
I hope-
one
I hope-
is an 18 plus 8, 26 to hit.
Oh,
That is,
yes.
that is a fat hit, my man.
But I think you only get one.
Nah, I get two. Second one is 18 plus 8, 26 to hit.
Okay, well, you get a superiority die from me added to your damage. Yeah, roll your damage, and I'll tell you what this is.
All right, let me find my D10. All right.
Hope you make your dad shed a tear.
First one is 9 damage. Second one is 7 damage.
Yeah, I rolled a 7, so you have 7. Add
So
7,
14, so 23 damage in total.
Yart.
Both of the blasts land. They strike across the body of your father. A puff of smoke rises and starts to just surely from the force of the blast, but Brendan just walks through it, still moving. You can see the scorch marks across the shoulders and the rips in the clothing, but his eyes are just set on you, and he's just slowly walking towards you.
Yeah, but I bet it hurt a little.
I'm not gonna waste my lunging attack right now. I'm just gonna not.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm good.
Do you want to just move? Do you still want to move forward, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna move forward towards Brendan actually.
So after that, up next, Ugarth. He looks over the party. He looks over at you, Br'aad, as he runs past you. He goes, "Save your brother. The orc's mine." He fucking speeds. He is fast as fuck. He whooshes up. As he moves up towards the orc, he swings around, and as he does, he just loosens his arms, and the keg falls off of his back and lands on the ground. He spins back around, and he starts slowly. You can see him. He's almost like he's stumbling. His body is just very drunkenly moving back and forth around the blue orc. It almost looks like he's about to just fall over and pass out. But as he starts to slowly stumble forward, sort of drunkenly, his elbow perks up and goes right towards the chin of the blue orc. Ooh! Ooh!
That's the sound he makes as he strikes.
Sorry, no, there is some. Hold on. Oh my lord, Ugarth, calm down. Let me roll all this damage together really quick. Hold on. he moves forward as he drunkenly stumbles. The first thing happens, his elbow goes up towards the chin. It connects, and as he does, he spins around towards the back, and his ankle goes towards. He basically just takes his heel and kicks the left shin. And as he does that, he spins around once more to the back, and he goes for a blow in the direct sort of like mid-spine with the lower back. All 3 strikes landing, and it just sends the blue orc stumbling forward a little bit, and you can tell immediately by the wincing in his face that it dealt a lot of damage. His body tenses up, and he kind of slowly and achy moves back to try to face Ugarth. After that is Hilltree.
Oh fuck, what does Hilltree even do? He's level 3, this is scary.
I want to see
80
Brave
feet.
Boy Hilltree.
Brave Boy Hilltree with 18 hit points can die in 1 hit. I'd like to move forward with everybody else and prepare an action to throw a dagger at Brendan if he moves closer.
Okay. Up next is Velrissa.
Alright. I'm gonna cast a level 3 Bless then on... I'm gonna cast one on Br'aad, one on Ugarth, one on Mountain. So I'll get one more, and then I'll cast it on Brambleshank.
Cool.
So you all have a D4 you can add to an attack or a saving throw. And that'll end my turn.
Alright. Up next is Br'aad.
I can finally spend my turn to drop a hot diss track on my dad. No. Can I use a bonus action to put Silnan down on the altar?
Your movement speed's 30, right?
Yeah.
You can if you use
Do I
a
even
dash
get
action
there?
to get to it.
I don't get all the way then.
Okay.
Okay, so I get as far as I can. How do you work this thing? And then I shoot him. That's a natural 20, boys.
Oh, fuck.
And the second roll is a 10.
I just
Plus 8,
ima-
so it's 18.
18?
18
hits.
to 20.
18 hits.
So they both hit?
Yes.
Radical. 17 plus 11, 28 damage to him. Does he tell me how to work it?
Wow, good blast, son. Here's how you do this.
As your blast wants to get in fire, he just keeps walking forward. He just smirks at you.
Don't worry, I'll stop him.
Entangle!
Does he I'm gonna try again! No! Does he still look totally fine?
He looks okay.
I'm annoyed.
You can tell there are scorch marks and rips across his clothing and like chars, but he physically is not. You can tell his body is burnt, and you can tell that there is damage to him, but he physically isn't showing any signs of being in pain. Up next is Brendan. He continues stepping towards you, Br'aad. His left arm very slowly raises up. He just looks into your eyes and he goes, "Don't you want to help your father?" I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, guys.
Oh no, wisdom is his death Oh no!
9.
As he says that,
You
you,
could add
drop
4.
Stonen's body. And as you guys look over
Ouch.
towards Br'aad, you see a iron jagged crown start to slowly manifest over his head. Br'aad begins to twitch a little bit, and then he slowly turns back towards the rest of you and starts
What
arming
a
an
good
Eldritch
idea,
Blast.
Dad!
No!
Ooh.
So you basically just dropped Silman right by me.
Yeah.
He his eyes look over and they meet with yours, Mountain.
Try me, bitch.
And he goes, "You look the strongest." And then his right hand moves to his side, and he just makes a circular motion, and a portal erupts next to him. And immediately to your left, a portal erupts next to you. He steps through it, and is now standing right beside you.
Okay. Try me, pussy.
He steps out of the portal, directly in front of you, Mountain. His hand rises up, and this electricity begins to fire off of his fingertips. He goes, "Kneel." That is a 26 to hit.
Nope. Doesn't hit.
Wow, doesn't hit.
Nope,
Why?
doesn't hit.
That's some crazy AC. you
Guys,
got
this
there,
might look bad, but wait until I shoot Taxi.
Mountain crosses his arms and says, "Nah, no DM. It
Nah.
doesn't hit.
Sorry, dude.
I'm good.
Sorry, DM.
Not today.
I don't feel
You
like it
take-
right now."
I'm taking a stand.
You take 8 points of lightning damage.
Oh, and he's right next to me. Come on, pussy. Let's do this.
Up next is Bramble.
Fuck, Bramble confused. He's teleport. He's gonna run up behind Brendan and stab him in the calf. Yeah. Furious small that shit. That's a 17 plus
It hits.
6.
It hits.
23. Cool. That's a D8. That would technically what mountain's in 5 feet, right?
Yes, mountain is in 5 feet of you.
Okay, cool. That's a
You gonna
5
attack me,
plus-
motherfucker?
No, you get sneak attack when you're in 5 feet. That's a 9 plus 6 plus another 6. Nice. That's 21.
21.
Directly in his calf.
He goes, who's trying to tickle me?
I take my finger away from his armpit. Sorry.
You know, I kind of thought I would do a little bit more. Shit. Also, would Hilltree have thrown that dagger when he teleported?
Yes. Go ahead and do that.
Okay. 5 plus 5. 19.
19 to hit.
5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. Up next is Taxi.
Well, Taxi looks over at Br'aad and panics. I'm pretty sure I can carry Sildon.
You can.
So
You
I'm
definitely
gonna
can.
grab
Yeah,
him.
you can.
I'm gonna grab him and I'm gonna double my speed, and I'm going to rush towards that table.
Okay,
You
Br'aad,
cannot run, little cat person.
Br'aad, make a melee attack towards Taxi.
Do I punch him in the
Yeah.
face? I'm down.
Just make a melee attack. You don't have a weapon, do you?
Yo, what's up, 4?
4.
It doesn't hit.
4 does not
I'ma
hit.
mess
Yeah,
you
you
up.
just swing wild, like you just see Br'aad swing wildly as you run past.
Oh my god. Oh god. Please help me.
Yeah, no, you pick him up, and you run over to the table. Do you set him down onto the table then?
Yeah.
Okay, you set him down, and that's all you can really do with your turn as you use your action and bonus action now. Up next is the blue orc. He turns around from the flurry of blows that was struck upon him by the mighty Ugarth. He turns around, flourishing his blades. He makes one stab attack, and it drives directly right above the right leg, about around like the stomach to hip area, and drives into Ugarth. Ugarth winces and turns a little bit from the pain. The second one strikes as well, and it slashes across his left shoulder. Blood starts to trickle down, and the flames char Ugarth's skin. And you can already tell by the look on Ugarth's face that he sustained quite a lot of damage from those strikes. It struck somewhere it really shouldn't have. He's wincing, and he's slightly sort of hunched over a little bit towards his hip area. Up next is Mountain.
Yes. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. After I've been shocked, I feel like I kind of like knelt down just a little bit, but didn't kneel because that's what he told me to do, and I made sure I wasn't gonna do that because fuck him and everything he stands for. Anyways, I'm gonna stand up, lift my pike up behind my head like a bat, with just one hand, put the other hand on it, and swing right at his throat.
Okay, go ahead and make a melee attack.
That's what I'm gonna do. Oh fuck! I dropped my die. Hold on. 26 to hit.
That hits.
14 damage on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to, after I swing it, I'm gonna kind of grab it and just push it straight into his chest. 17 to hit.
17, it hits.
All right. 11 damage. And then I'm going to use my action surge
My man's going hard over here.
to pull it out of his chest and then slam it back in even harder.
All right, hell yeah. Go for another attack.
All right, and that's going to be 21 to hit.
That
Wow,
hits.
holy shit. 12 damage.
12 damage.
Since action surge says you take an additional action, does that mean he gets an extra attack
Um,
off of action,
action
surge? If
surge-
he attacks or no?
Yeah, he gets 2 attacks.
Oh, you stop playing!
So you get
Stop
another
playing!
attack.
Yo! Okay!
Yes,
All
With
right.
action surge, you'll get 4 attacks in total.
That is insane. I did not know that, and I did not use that before. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to After I've slammed it into his chest again, I'm gonna try and lift him up on it, and then slam him down on the ground.
That would not be an attack. That
Shut
would
the
be
fuck up.
a.
All right,
that's
fine.
not attack.
Fine.
Make an action. That would be a grapple and a slam.
Stop telling me the rules.
Stop telling me rules, DM.
Mountain doesn't follow the rules.
God damn it. Okay, fine. Then I pull it out of his chest. I do a nice twirl, and I try and slice at his throat.
All right.
That's gonna be a... Holy shit. I like this die. I switched my die. 24 to hit.
That hits.
10 damage.
10 damage. All right.
How much
So
is
with
that
that
in
final
total?
strike, a lot.
Okay.
I didn't calculate. I had to go back through the numbers and calculate fully, but that was a lot. The final strike, as you go for the neck, he backs a little bit and you just strike across, like from like collarbone to collarbone, and leave a very, very fleshy wound. The blood starts to trickle down. He. Someone's adequate with fighting. Up next, then, is Hiltree. Actually, Ugarth, my bad. Next is Ugarth. Ugarth is going to make more swings at the lad himself. He goes to strike. As he goes to punch towards the blue orc steps back and just easily parries the blow with his scimitar. Ugarth tries to stumble forward once more and go for a kick towards the right leg, but once again, the blue orc easily analyzes what he's doing and he just easily moves him out of the way. The blue orc now seems to be very focused into the combat, and he's almost judging every single one of his moves from now on. So Ugarth will then, missing both of his attacks, I guess he stands strong where he is. Up next will be Hiltree.
Okay, Hiltree. I assume he's smart enough to realize something's not right with Br'aad because he attacked Taxi. Or tried to. He mindlessly flailed about at Taxi. And there's a crown on his head, so he's gonna like climb up and try to pull off the crown and maybe try to slap him a few times, you know. Be like, you gotta save Silman.
Alright, so he moves towards Br'aad and tries to pull the crown off. Make a dexterity check to try to climb Br'aad.
And plus 3, 13.
13. He climbs up Br'aad. He goes to try and take off the crown, but his hand just goes straight through it. It seems to not actually be material.
Anyway, I want to slap Br'aad a few times.
Okay, so he goes to slap Br'aad. That would be a melee attack.
Yeah, not doing any damage, mind you, just kind of like...
Oh, he just tries to slap him? Okay, he just slaps Br'aad a few
Yeah,
times and doesn't really seem to have any effect. Alright, Velrissa?
She no likey Brendan. So she's gonna cast a level 3 inflict wounds on Brendan. Ooh, nat 20.
Natural 20!
That's a
That's a nat 20.
That's a lot.
That's gonna be a huge fucking blow.
Ooh.
God
Alright.
damn, dude.
9. Oh, a 0.
Oh, darn. 0.
Damn.
Another 0? What the fuck?
What is 0 times 2?
That's never gonna die down, is it? You guys are always gonna...
No.
5. No, I'm never gonna let the 0 go, dude. It's great.
You rolled 2 zeros, bro?
26.
My god. That's a
It's
lot
already
of damage.
40 damage off those 2 zeros.
Wait, are you
Hey,
fucking
crit.
serious?
He crit, dude.
Oh my god.
That's 40 damage without the crit.
So 80 fucking damage.
Stop. What?
Stop!
What?
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 Wait.
Inflict big wound.
I got 9,
Literally
10,
just
10,
fucking
5,
power
6.
word die.
Power word die. Hold on, dude. Hold the fuck
Jared's
up.
looking at
Hold-
Brendan's character sheet like,
Jesus Christ.
how did this happen?
This wasn't supposed to be this easy.
Power word Velrissa.
Thank you, Die Hard.
You feel the power of Weejoss coursing through you. You see this man in front of you, who you deem as the sort of creator of this monstrosity, this unlawful, just disgusting act that's been going on down here. You move forward, and you cast Inflict Wound. You take your hand, and you press it against the wound that Mountain just made across his collarbones. The blood begins to pour out. You can see, right as you stare directly into Brendan's eyes, he starts to wince, and he falls forward a little bit. He looks extremely rough, but he's still standing.
Stop. No, what?
Oh.
What?
This man's
His
tanky.
one of his hands actually comes over and touches your shoulders. He looks back up to you and goes, "You'll be the one who dies first."
Bet.
Bet.
Velrissa has no response to that. She just has fire in her eyes.
Up next is Br'aad.
Hey guys.
I mean, I'm on your face right now, so it's obvious what Br'aad has to do.
Br'aad,
Yeah.
you
Are.
gay.
Oh no.
You equip your dagger, and you run
do?
towards Velrissa to make a melee attack.
I do.
Is Hiltreach still just on fucking... Br'aad's
Hiltreach is
face.
still he's still on Br'aad, but Br'aad moves towards Velrissa.
All right,
Okay.
I'm coming. Here I come. Here I'm coming with that
So
attack.
make an attack with your dagger against Velrissa.
Then 10 plus 3, 13. Please do not hellish rebuke, Br'aad.
That would be obviously a miss to Velrissa.
Velrissa
So Br'aad
terrifies
just
me.
comes up and just wildly swings a dagger at Velrissa, but it
Got him.
misses.
Hiltreach's screaming the entire time he runs.
Do I have a chance to not be in this?
Yeah, now you make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be this every time, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
I
it's every
see.
time, man.
Oh, never mind. -3. 15.
No. No, you are still under control.
Well, boys, this is not. I'm not coming out of this.
Okay, on back to the top of the round, it is now Brendan's turn. The crown of madness fades away from the top of Br'aad's head. I need Velrissa. I need Mountain. I need who else? Bramble, Br'aad, and Hiltree. I need all 5 of you to make a wisdom saving throw. Okay, so Br'aad, Velrissa, and Mountain. All 3 of you take 16 points of psychic damage. As the 3 of you are within his presence, you start to hear that same like sort of muttering whispers you heard in the town, and darkness begins to surround your vision, and you just feel this pain in the back of your mind.
my brain hurt.
My noodle.
So he then looks over at you, Velrissa, as his hand is on your shoulder still. He's it comes over and it goes to grab at your neck. That is a 19 to hit.
Oh, yep. Please don't kill me. I'm sorry.
Bro, it was just a prank, bro. Please, no.
Dude, I didn't mean to do that to you, Brendan. It was a prank. I was gonna roll 19, I swear.
Oh, fuck. Okay,
Am I dead?
you take 26 points of necrotic
Whoa.
damage.
Goodbye, guys.
Did you really go unconscious?
Salute, fellow
Yeah.
gamer.
Did Brendan really just know you, Velrissa?
He touches you, and as it does, you feel a cold energy grab your neck. And as you look at him, feeling it, you see the wound on his chest begin to slowly close as he...
Oh no, he's healing with that. Fuck him.
How much HP do you have?
I have -4.
Okay, you collapse onto the ground. He turns back around, and he touches the portal behind him. And the one that was far away changes, and it goes above to on top of one of the snake pillars, the closest one. And he walks through and stands on the very top of it. And he looks down, and he fires an eldritch blast at you, Mountain.
Okay.
First is a 22 to hit. Second is a 20 to hit. You take 14 points of force damage
From 1 or 2?
from both together.
Oh. How did me and Velrissa both go sicko mode on this guy, and he's still just like...
I'll tell you right now, he is looking very rough. I will tell you that right now.
Good. That motherfucker's gonna die, but I want Br'aad to do it.
Mountain, make a wisdom saving throw.
Can I get some good feels, please, before I roll this die?
Yeah, I'm
I'm sending you my energy.
Thank you. You
I
horse!
have no energy to send. I'm dead.
I actually sent you my bad energy.
I know you did, because that's a 4. That's a 4. I got a 4.
You take
I make an attack roll at the DM.
34 points of psychic damage.
Holy fuck!
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm very dead.
As he floats to the top of the pillar, as he portals over there, his hand reaches down towards you, and you start to feel that darkness around you as well. The whispering comes into the back of your mind. You can feel almost as if the voices are gnawing at your ears. Your brain is deteriorating, and you collapse onto the ground.
Yeah, I'm at minus 16.
Oh no.
Are you serious? Ugarth is not doing well either.
Yeah, no, nobody's doing well. This is a big. I thought it was going good, and now we're fucking going bad.
I am the only one who hasn't been touched.
Up next is Bramble.
Bramble hasn't been touched either.
Oh, well then me and Bramble.
He hasn't been touched either.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Hilltree.
We
Hilltree,
literally,
yeah, the goblins and taxi.
We don't know what to do.
Can somebody please do something epic?
He stands atop the pillar. He goes, "Turn back now. You don't want to see me angry."
How high is the pillar?
It is about 50 feet above you.
50. Fuck me. Okay.
You look around at you. You see the tiefling next to you on the ground. You see the dwarf next to you on the ground. You turn behind you and you see Ugar slowly walking backwards, the punctures in his chest as he's trying to reassume a combat stance, the blood dripping off of the blue works scimitars. You look over and you see Taxi setting Sonan's body on the altar, and you look back to your back left again. You see Br'aad standing there. The crowd has just left his mind, and he's looking around frantically trying to figure out what's going on.
Fuck. How far away am I from the big orc boy?
Blue orc, you're pretty close. You're probably less than 20 feet for sure.
So close enough to walk up and stab him.
Yes.
Gotcha. I'm gonna walk up and stab him.
Alright.
Very, very casually. Dude, that's an 18 plus 6, 24.
That's a fat hit.
That's a 6 plus 4, that's 12 plus sneak attack. Boom. That's another 6, so it's 18, another, and 4. So, what did I just say? Was that 18 or?
18.
Okay, 22.
You walk up and you stab into the side of his leg. He crumples for a second and goes, "Ah! That's not fair play."
I'm a goblin, I don't really play fair.
Alright, up next would be Taxi.
So, for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Spirit and put it next to them, and it's going to be Tibsy.
Yeah.
They get 5 points of healing.
When their turn starts, correct?
Yeah. And
Okay.
that would bring Velrissa back, I think.
That would bring Velrissa and Mountain back once it started their turns.
Taxi will look at Silnan and look at his hands and realize he doesn't have a whole lot of magic left, and just kind of very nervously, I don't know, Taxi's losing it right now. He'll look up towards Brendan, and he'll yell, I would do anything if you spared my friends and brought Silnan back. And if that's not an action, I'll pull out my scimitar.
You yell out, and he doesn't even seem to pay you any mind as you yell this towards him.
I will yell it as loud as I can.
He does not pay you any mind. He's busy looking down at the wreckage he's caused. You look back again, and at this point, you see one of the buildings that has now been ripped out of the ground by one of the tendrils goes flying and slams into one of the cave walls and shakes the place once more. The place almost seems to be collapsing as there's a lot of debris falling from the ceiling.
I don't have any spells that can reach him.
Taxi.
Actually, yeah.
At this point, you hear a voice come into the back of your mind. You hear the sounds of your deity. Her very familiar voice.
Hey there. Nice of you to show up. Taxi's crying in his mind.
You have not much energy left. Use it on your friend.
What? Use what? I don't have any... What?
Believe in yourself, Taxi. Use your power.
Oh god. I mean, oh god. Yeah, I do exactly what she says. And, use my action. I don't know. I'll try and put all my fucking magic energy into Silnan. I have no fucking clue what that means.
Okay. You put your hands on Sonan's chest and you just close your eyes and you think of nature. You think of the wild. You think of the circle of life and how you want Sonan to be back in that circle. Your hands begin to glow this effervescent green. As you look down, the table is glowing green as well. You step back hesitantly for a second, and Silnen's body starts to rise. It tilts to become vertical, about 12 feet or so off the table, and he floats there with this green aura surrounding his body. The lights from all the totems begin to glow brighter as well. Up next, you look over and you see the blue orc. He sees what's going on. His eyes widen. His attention goes away from Bramble and Ugarth. With swords in hand, he darts over. He runs past you, Taxi.
Wait, do we not get...
Do you get attack of opportunities if you'd like?
Yes, please. I would like to stab this man.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
You know, you're dead, motherfucker.
Can I get one too?
That's 19, 13 plus 9.
Yeah, you hit.
Does that count as a sneak attack?
No. It's a reaction
Damn it.
attack, so no. You've already used your sneak attack on this turn, so it wouldn't
You're right, that is true. That is a 10.
take 10 damage.
Yes.
You slash him as he runs by. Ugarth swings as well, but Ugarth misses. He runs past you, Taxi, as well. You can get an attack of opportunity if you wish, as he runs past you towards Sonen's body.
No.
No?
I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying to do what I'm doing.
The blue orc runs past you. He jumps up, blades in hand, towards Sonen's body and goes to stab at Sonen's body.
Can Silen dodge?
Sonen is dead.
Damn it.
Yeah, but can he dodge though?
He jumps in between your vision of Sonen and you, Taxi. It's a blur of movement, and you just hear the sound of sword puncturing flesh. Sonen.
Ow.
After you're pulled away from Catherine and you feel that pain as you're being pulled, a wave of memories hits you once more after that darkness, that coldness. You're 18 years old. You're on a heist with Ugarth. You were raiding a coastal city from ships. It was a very close by coastal city. It was your first time and your only time ever leaving the wharf, but you never got to see the city. You were just on the ship. You were heading towards the city when you were attacked by fleets of the Royal Guard. They somehow knew of your plan. Word got out. There was violence, cannons crushing against the ship, the bow breaking. You were looking around frantically at the crew, people falling off, abandoning ship, hoping to survive, hoping to live. Royal Guards coming in from the ship, swinging in, landing, killing people left and right. People you knew, fellow mates, just being slaughtered. You look behind you and you see Ugarth. He's trapped under one of the fallen sails. What do you do?
Fuck, well, first instinct is to just help him out. We're getting out of here, buddy.
Right,
Try to lift it up and get it off him.
You run forward, make a strength check.
Okay, that is a 7.
A what?
A 7.
A 7. You struggle to get it up, but you push it up just enough to help Ugarth get his hands onto the floor, and he uses the power of his back to almost do a push-up and pull it enough to wiggle out. You help him up. The two of you get into one of the dinghies off the side of the ship and start to escape back towards the land in the direction that you think is the way back to the wharf. Ugarth is pretty badly banged up. He seems damaged. He looks over to you, heavily breathing, and he asks, "Why'd you save me? No one's ever really cared about me that much."
You really think I would have left you behind? Come on, we're partners.
I mean, yeah, but usually partners in a business like this don't give a shite enough. Just save yourself and move on, right?
Well, you know, brothers help brothers.
Yeah. Thank you, Sonen. Your vision goes white for a second. Your eyes open. You blink. Oxygen fills your lungs for the first time in God knows how long. You feel yourself alive once more. And you look down and realize you're currently being grappled. You're being held against the ground. And as you look up, you see Ugarth covering you with his arms and legs, almost bear hugging you against the ground.
Ugarth. What?
He gets up wearily and he goes, "It's glad to see you back, bud." And then you look down and you see a scimitar driven through the back of his chest, sticking out of his abdomen.
Fuck. Ugarth, what happened? Do I see the blue orc?
You see him standing behind you. The scimitar is not in his hand. He's landed about 15 feet behind of Ugarth. But he looks down at you and he gives you a smirk. He goes, "You're safe now. You know your brother was worried."
Here, 1 second. I try to get up at this point, try to help him
As
up,
you try to, you see the blue orc behind him move up, and with his other scimitar, goes down for a strike, and it drives through the chest once more of Ugarth. He lets out a final grunt of pain, and he smiles at you. He goes, "Brothers help brothers." And then he collapses onto the ground.
Ugarth! I instantly draw my rapier and get ready to fucking
It
murder
is
this guy.
Mountain's turn. Mountain, make a death saving throw.
That's gonna be a 13.
13? Okay, yeah. You pass, but you are put back up anyway from the healing. You now have 6 HP because it gave you 5, yeah. You're at 6 HP and you're prone on the ground. You are back up.
Welcome to the middle of the episode break with your man, Muscle Man Stan. Make sure to follow these fucking nerds on Twitter at JRWI Show and rate them on iTunes. Yeah. Engage in some discussion about the episodes on the subreddit, reddit.com/r/JRWI Show. I have seen a lot of really awesome fan art on that one character, Br'aad, and I'm sure whoever's playing him really wants to do a good job for you. Thank you. Well, that's about all, but I got a couple reps to finish, so I'll catch you guys around in the gym or in the ring or Saturday Night Bingo. See you next time.
All right, I'm gonna move over to Velrissa and try and pick her up.
Like lift her?
I'm gonna pick her up, like put her on my shoulder.
Okay, so that's no problem with your strength. You pick her up, you now have her.
And I'm gonna start moving away.
Start moving away. All right. In what direction? Are you wanting to go towards the podium where Taxi, Silnin, Ugarth, and the Blue Orc are, or like down the staircase off the platform where the crowd of cultists had sort of sporadically ran into different directions?
Let's go towards Taxi and everybody.
Okay, and just a reminder, don't forget that also on the very opposite wall of this cavern where Brennan had came down, there are still these large ethereal black tentacles that are smashing into some of the nearby ruins and causing absolute chaos. They're still there. Every once in a while when they hit a building or like the wall a certain way, it shakes the entire cavern. You can actually see rubble fall off of the ceiling far above. So up next will be Hilltree though, so you can go ahead and do his turn.
Okay, what the fuck does Hilltree do though?
Scream, run away.
Just runs the fuck out. I've already thrown one of my daggers, so this is my last one. So fuck it, might as well just toss it at the blue orc. That is a 17 plus
That hits.
5, 22.
That hits. Yeah, that hits.
Hell
You're
yeah.
fine.
What is a D4? Have I used Fury of the Small yet on this man? I have not. I'm gonna use Fury of the Small.
Fury of the Small? Alright, that's an additional 4 damage, right? Or 3? 3 damage.
Yeah, 3 damage. That's 9 damage.
9 damage in total with the Fury of the Small?
That's with everything, yeah.
Okay, so Hilltree kind of still on Br'aad's shoulders, realizing now that Br'aad has come to. He doesn't get down, but he kind of uses the advantage of being up a little bit with the height to pull out a dagger and get a good line of sight on the blue orc Sark. You throw it, it just whirls into the air a little bit, and it lands right into the back of the leg, right in the back thigh of his right leg. He doesn't seem to wince or notice the pain that much, as he's very focused right now on Silnan and Ugarth, but you can definitely tell that it did impact. It is stuck in there pretty damn well. Heltree's slightly proud of himself for that one. That was a good throw.
Heltree's smiling. Yeah, hell yeah.
I fucking did it. All right, up next, Velrissa, go and just roll a d20 for me.
Oops, 6.
6? All right, that is a fail for Velrissa. That is one of your death fails.
Very cool.
So up next will be Br'aad.
Can I see him from where I'm at?
Yes, you can see he's about 40 feet off the platform on top of it. You can still get a good line of sight of him. As you look up once again, he seems kind of rough. You look at Brendan. One of his arms is draped around his sternum. He's kind of like, he's dipped over a little bit. His shoulders hunched. He's breathing heavily, but he seems very focused. The eyes are still a very faint purple and yellow.
Yeah. Do I have a view on the book that's cuffed to him?
It's not a book. It's a suitcase. It's a briefcase.
Right.
He has a briefcase that seems to be almost like there's like a thorough see-through purple like handcuffs attached from his wrist down to the handle of it. And it's kind of just dangling off of his left hand.
I want to shoot the briefcase with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll with disadvantage.
Well, hang on. I get 2 beams, but I've got bad news for the first one.
Oh no.
What is it?
It is a natural 1.
Oh,
a
no.
natural 1. Yeah,
And the second one is an 18 to hit.
So second one hits. First one though, as you fire it up towards the briefcase, he sees the beam coming. He quickly jerks his hand away, and you just hear it streak off into the distance. It's quiet for a few seconds, and then you hear it loudly impact into the ceiling of the cavern. A lot more rubble starts to come down. There's that same shake that happens from the tentacles smash into the buildings and walls from the backside. The second blast, however, it does indeed hit. It lands into the briefcase. Go ahead and roll the damage for it.
At least I didn't make the ceiling come this time.
The ceiling did not come. You're correct.
Thank
no
God.
ejaculation happened.
Can
from
I
the
get
ceiling.
confirmation, DM? Did the ceiling come?
Did the ceiling come? We need to know this. No.
11 force damage to the briefcase.
11 force damage. All right. So as it lands, the briefcase shakes, kind of like it dangles off the briefcase. The handcuffs. It dangles off and sort of moves with the same momentum from the blast, and you hear that same deep growl echo throughout the cavern that shakes it. The entire once again cavern begins to shake back and forth. More rubble falls from the ceiling. Nothing else necessarily seems to happen. It doesn't seem to affect Brendan in any way, but you damage something. Something is not happy. Okay. Sonnen, go ahead and roll your initiative now.
Oh boy.
Holy shit, it's time.
And 11 plus 4, 15.
15? Dude, 15. All right.
15.
Up now is going to be Bramble. I'm going to go ahead and play Bramble now that you have Sonnen back, just to make it easier on you, so you're not playing 3 characters at once.
I mean, I was totally prepared to just throw those daggers at Silman and take them for myself. Please.
Please.
I'm not saying you should.
Please.
I'm not saying you should give me those daggers, but you should give me those daggers.
You should give me those daggers, dude.
Here you go.
Bramble, since he was in combat with the blue orc when he fled, he's going to kind of run up a bit, take cover behind the table that Taxi's sitting next to. Kind of just, he dips underneath of it and then throws a dagger over top of it towards the blue orc.
You need these more than me. Here you go.
So the dagger lands actually into the back of the shoulder. Silnan, from this, just him being over top of you, as you see it impact, you can actually hear a bit of the bone shatter as it embeds itself into his shoulder blade. He winces for a second, kind of straightens his body out, and but his eyes once again still look back down and focus on you. Fucking got him. So up next,
So different than my voice, damn.
Up next is going to be Bramble's gonna sound the way Bramble's supposed to sound from now on. No offense to.
Oh man.
I'm not gonna talk like
The way he's actually meant to sound, yeah.
Well, I mean,
nice try.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, fuck you.
I like how Connie did it.
Fuck you, Condi.
Just envision that the entire time that's how Bramble was talking.
Yeah, fuck you.
Okay, so up next is Taxi.
All right.
Taxi's gonna take a moment staring into space, and he's gonna snap
So
out of
Taxi's
it.
high? Okay.
No. First thing I'm gonna do, I'll look at Mountain and Velrissa, and I'll use my bonus action to move my Tibsy Healing Spirit onto Velrissa.
Okay.
It's gonna be right next to her, so right next to you guys, so that.
So
when
I'm
she
gonna
starts her
see a
turn-
floating rat just moving towards me.
Yes.
It will enter, well, for it to work, it's going to actually enter where they are. So it's going to be generally directly above Mountain carrying Velrissa. So it's basically the Mountain's eyes are just following him.
That's gonna
As he
scare me.
runs, as he runs, it
All
just
right.
hovers over you.
If you're smart, you'll look over at Taxi and see he's kind of controlling it, but
Did you say,
Probably
you say
not.
if Mountain's smart? First of all.
you're
Fucking first of
asking
all.
way too much, buddy.
I'll
Way
lot.
too fucking much.
well, I'm gonna move 10 feet into Sark's range and cast Poison Spray.
Poison spray. All right. Is that a attack roll or is that a saving throw?
It is a saving throw, and
Is it, okay, what kind
and
of saving throw is it?
the last time I casted it, a whole bunch of mushrooms and fungus crawled up my arm and then came out with Poison Spray.
Disgusting. Okay, so what's the
Oh,
saving
that's
throw?
yuck. It is a con save.
Con save. That is a 19.
Yeah, he takes half damage. All right, let me roll it. Takes 1 point of damage.
All right, 1 point of poison damage. He barely takes notice of your hand fungus.
I think it was a 1. It might have been
Yuck.
it was a 1.
Disgusting.
You have to
one
call
in-
it that.
Disgusting.
He just looks over and goes, yuck. Yucky.
Taxi kind of. Oh, yeah. His magic is a little. Yeah, his magic is a little spent. So like they didn't come out as powerful as he thought it would.
Oh wow. Yeah.
His hand fungus wasn't as strong as he thought.
Okay, so that in Taxi's turn. Up next is the blue orc. As he's standing over top of you, Silnan, still one of his blades still in his hand, the other one still embedded into Ugarth as he fell off of you. You just see him standing behind where Ugarth was. He looks down at you, seeing you once again alive, breathing. He just very stoically, almost lacking any emotion, looks down at you and goes, "Oh, don't worry. You'll be back there soon."
Oh motherfucker.
And then he takes it in his hand and he goes to plunge it back down on you. That is a 13.
That does not hit.
So as it slams down, you quickly roll out of the way and you just see the blade puncture into the stone. Some of the stone actually cracks and chips and flies up into the air as you just dodge out of the way and roll to your left. He looks at you disgruntled and goes, "Oh, still a little bit of fight left in you, huh?"
I ain't dead yet.
He goes, "All right, fine. Maybe not you." And then he pulls the blade out of the ground and he looks over towards Ugarth and then back to you. He goes,
Oh motherfucker.
He runs over towards Ugarth and goes to drive the blade into his body. You see Ugarth, he's still breathing, very faintly. His body kind of tucked away. He's rolled to, you see like his back of his shoulders and his head. He's rolled looking away from you. And you just see the blue orc runs over, takes his blade and just shoves it into the back of the neck. You hear a bit of gargling. Ugarth goes, and his body goes limp. You see a pool of blood start to come out of the front of the neck of Ugarth. It starts to go into the bricks, going into the chips and the lining of them, and starts to flow down the slant of the platform. The blue orc then pulls the blade back out and also his other one out of the sternum of the orc, flourishes them both in his hands, and turns to look back at you, Silnan. And he just goes, "Next."
You motherfucker. And he I guess I'll wait for my turn to do whatever I do.
Right. So up next then is going to be Mountain.
Mountain.
Mountain, you get 5 points of healing.
5 points of healing? Okay. I'm just going to put Velrissa down on the ground by everybody else. And
Just throw her down the ground really hard.
yeah, I just drop her. Like right there. I'll use my movement to get 25 feet closer. Like 10 feet away from the blue orc. Just run at him.
Up next, Brendan walks over to like lean down from the pillar. He sees Velrissa on the ground. He sees Mountain. He sees you running towards the chaos. He looks over towards the chaos. He goes, "All right." He brings up his right hand. Silnan, As you're still lying there, you just rolled out of the way of the blade. You look up for a second, you see your father up there, and his eyes meet yours. He sees that you're alive again. He goes, I'm sorry, my son, but this won't do. And his hand reaches out towards you, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
17.
17, yeah. For a second, you begin to hear these creeping whispers come into the back of your mind. You just hear this very ancient sounding, just, I am gonna come into the back of your mind, and you feel, for a second, your body becomes weightless, and you feel this wrenching in your gut, but you shake it off. He then looks over, and he notices Taxi running towards the tentacles. He kneels down, his hand touches the stone of the top of the pillar, and he teleports through it. A door opens. And as you're running towards the tentacles, looking around frantically, Taxi, Brendan just comes into your vision. He just appears standing in front of you, and he reaches his hand out to grab you. And he just says, bow to my whim.
No.
That will be a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that doesn't hit. No, I'm just kidding. It definitely does.
You take 6 points of necrotic damage. As his hand reaches around your neck, you just feel this cold, dark energy immediately start to take hold of you, and it feels almost shocking.
Oh, God.
He just smirks at you. And
What
he goes,
noises do you make when you get hit with necrotic energy?
I don't know. Whatever noises you want to make.
Dramatic as you want.
Ow, this hurts.
As he wraps his fingers around your neck, he just smirks at you and goes, oh, you'll be joining his army soon.
Alright. This is the first time I've ever...
Alright.
Where do I sign up?
What are my
Dude,
duties?
I love Taxi. He's so fucking awkward.
That will end his turn.
Good.
And up next is going to be Sonnen.
Okay, well, Sonin's gonna, like, struggle to stand up, the resurrection bullshit. He stands up and he looks the blue orc right in the eyes. And deadpan, he just says, kept you waiting, huh?
No.
Kept you waiting, huh? This is canon, fuck you.
I'm playing Snake Eater right now. In post. It's coming out.
But he's gonna run up towards the blue orc and go for a big old stab with his rapier.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh boy. That is a 14 plus 3, 17. Let's see, what's a D8? Is he sneak attack? No? Yes, maybe?
No. There's nobody else in his area. There is, but he's dead. So, I mean...
Oh, come on. He's still on the flank, right?
The dead body's on the flank, don't worry.
That's a
Ugarth, you got me?
Hell yeah, Ugarth.
Okay, so 10 damage?
Yeah, 10 damage.
So you rush forward and you drive your rapier right through the abdomen of the blue orc, and as it digs in deeper, you just stare your eyes into his. He looks at you with pure ferocity, animalistic almost. You can see the rage starting to build in his eyes as you drive the blade in deeper.
Oh, that's not good enough. And I kind of pull back a bit and, yeah, no, I'll cunning action and disengage and move back a bit.
Okay.
I guess my max movement speed from where I was.
Like towards the stairs where Velrissa is?
I don't think I want to be down from him. I don't want to give him the high ground. We all know how that goes.
It's
so
over. It's over, Sonnen. I have the high ground.
Fuck, I forget what Anakin says.
You underestimate my power.
You
underestimate my power.
Anyway, no, I'm just gonna stay on like the plateau there, and just move far enough away, maybe 15 feet. Let's say 15 feet away. In any odd direction doesn't really matter to me.
So it would be Hiltree's turn right now, but after you drive the blade in, you can see the pain in Sark's eyes as you pull back and start to, you back up 15 feet. You take a combat pose. You have your sword in your hand. You're ready to take on whatever he charges at you with. But as you pull back, you hear once again that low roar echo throughout the cavern. The rubble coming off the ceiling of the cavern, there seems to be a bit more this time. It almost feels like the cavern's starting to give way at this point. and then one of the tentacles actually comes down and it slams down on a part of the platform. Very lucky it doesn't hit any of you, but it leaves a large crack in the actual flooring of the platform and actually knocks off one of the pillars. After it slams down, you hear the very familiar voice of Ungaro echo throughout the cavern. You hear, know your place.
I don't like that.
You think you can come in here? You think you can stop me? This is my realm. You are my toys.
Psych.
Psych.
Please say psych.
You are nothing to me but playthings.
Hey, that's not very nice.
And it will now be Hiltree's turn. I got this for Silnan.
He's gonna stay up there, but prepare an action in case he gets close enough. Fuck it.
Alright, so that will end Hiltree. Hiltree's holding his action. Up next, Velrissa. You heal. You are now up to 6 HP. You actually go ahead and roll a d20 for me first, just to do it.
11.
Okay, you're good. You are back up with 6 HP.
I'm going to Cure Wounds myself, level 3, because I don't want to die. That's 8, 2, 1. Wow. 14 plus 3, or 11 plus 3, so 14. And then I'm going to move myself 10 feet from the blue orb.
So everybody basically at this point is just trying to surround the blue orb. This is kind of okay. So up next would be Br'aad, but
Oh no. I hate when you say that.
one of the large tentacles, it doesn't slam down, it actually gently comes down, and the very tip of it lands right at the back feet of Brendan. So this would actually start to mask your vision a little bit, Velrissa, as it curves around and comes down to be at the very back end of Brendan. And at this point as well, I'm gonna say, see passive perception. So people who has a higher passive perception than 15. I know Taxi does.
I do.
And I think also Velrissa.
Yeah.
So Taxi and Velrissa, you both begin to hear the sound of it just very faintly. You hear the sound of running water, almost like rapids rushing.
Oh fuck.
And then up next will now be Br'aad.
Okay. I want to go right up to him. Hey, what's up? And I want to...
Hey.
I also, does Hiltree, since I'm close to an enemy, is Hiltree gonna fucking...
After you do your, if you want to do an action first, you can do that.
No, let's see what happens with Hiltree first.
Okay, so you use your movement to get up. That will trigger Hiltree, holding his action. So Hiltree, is he jumping towards him, or is he going to lean over and swing off of Br'aad's
He's
shoulders?
jumping like on him.
Onto Brendan?
Yeah, jumping onto him and stabbing him, and then probably falling off onto the
Well,
ground.
stabbing him with what?
His short sword. That's
His
the only thing
fists.
at this point.
Well, he doesn't have a short
His
sword
fist.
equipped right now, and you didn't pull it out for your bonus action?
Can we just say I did because I forgot about that entire fucking action bullshit?
Go ahead. I will say you have your short sword. Yeah, go ahead.
That is a spicy fucking 7 plus 5, 12. Not good.
12. As you jump to stab, Brendan just kind of sidesteps out of the way, and Hiltree lands on the ground pretty hard, and you just hear the sound of metal clanging into brick. And Hiltree just goes, ah, fuck.
Well, I'm not shocked. But you are, and then I grab the book. I cast Shocking Grasp.
The book, you mean the briefcase?
The briefcase. I don't know why
Okay.
the fuck I want it to be a book.
You grab a hold of the briefcase and cast Shocking Grasp. It seemingly has no effect.
Lame.
Oh.
As, just fun fact with Shocking Grasp, a creature you try to touch, you gain the knowledge that the briefcase isn't alive or sentient in any way.
So do I not shock it then?
You grab a hold of it and you try to cast a spell, but it seemingly has no effect. You feel electricity come out of your hands and, make contact with the briefcase, but it seems to have no effect at all.
Can I do some sort of check to see what the fuck is going on here?
With what, the briefcase or with what?
Between him
Roll
and the
for what the
briefcase.
fuck.
I'm gonna say make an Arcana check as a bonus action,
All right, sure.
since you use your action to Shock and Grasp.
Yeah.
This will be your bonus action.
Arcana. 15.
15. You've gained the knowledge at this point to, of course, know Brendan seems to be also a form of warlock. He has a patron. You gain the knowledge that your book being your sort of your key into the magical web that you use through Opnok Shai. The briefcase seems to be about the same thing for Brendan. This is how he reaches into the web of magic to cast the spells given to him by Ungaro. After Br'aad, at the top of the round, once again, the cavern shakes. The tentacle goes underneath of Brendan's feet and lifts him up about 30 feet off the ground. Then Ungaro's voice rings out once more. And he goes,
No!
You might want to run. I'm coming.
Gross.
Oh, wait,
And the
fuck.
sound of rushing
Gross.
the sound of rushing water is now audible to the entire party. It sounds almost like gallons and gallons. Like, it sounds like an entire waterfall of rushing water, like rapids, or just
An entire
They almost- they
waterfall
feel like-
of giant
feel like-
dragon turtle cum.
not come. No, they feel you just hear the impact of lots of water hitting against what sounds like a stone wall.
Was that Ungaro or DM advice?
That is Ungaro. And that will end that turn. So up next is now Brambleshank. Brambleshank, he looks around up towards the walls and stuff. He's looking around for running water, but he doesn't see it. He looks over towards you, Silnan, and he kind of comes up behind you, and you hear something clatter against the ground, and you just hear Bramble's voice go, "Yeah, so I'm out of here. You can have these."
Oh, thanks.
And as you turn on your heel to look back, but still kind of keep a posture towards Sark, you look back and you see 2 daggers laying on the ground behind you, and Bramble just turned around, booking it towards the staircase.
Wow, I really wanted those things. I mean,
Happy New Year.
thanks, I guess.
So that will end Bramble. Up next will be Taxi.
Was I able to pull out my scimitar after casting that? Because I said I wanted to, I just don't know if I ever did.
From what?
After I...
Oh yeah, scimitar. Yeah. You got it.
I'm gonna hit Brendan with my scimitar. I'm gonna slice him.
He's
30 feet
up
above
in the
you.
air.
Oh
30
yeah,
feet
that's
above
right.
me, yeah.
Fuck me, dude. Okay, you know what?
That's
I'm
a
casting...
big scimitar.
Since he's above
Alright,
us,
Sephiroth, calm down.
since he's above us, I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere right on him, so he's gonna be engulfed in this Flaming Sphere.
Okay, which is is it a dex save against Flaming Sphere?
Yes.
Okay. That is a 23.
This motherfucker.
Okay, well he takes
Oop,
half
you
damage.
almost
half
got me.
damage? Yeah, I'm gonna say pretty sure he takes half damage. From
Okay,
Flaming
he
Sphere.
takes 5 points of fire damage.
Okay, as it engulfs him, you actually lose vision slightly of him from the sphere, and you just hear a little.
And then I'm gonna use I'm gonna use my bonus action to throw a magic stone at one of them tentacles.
The one he's on, or just another one?
The one he's on.
Okay, so go ahead and make the attack roll.
Alright. Oh, that's a high roll. 22? 21?
That hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay. 6 damage.
6 damage. So, as the stone flies into the tentacle, it passes through it, but you see it actually impact the shape of it. You see it kind of like engulf forward, kind of like it almost goes inside of itself a little bit. And you just hear, once again, Ungaro's voice. Just go. Foolish cat. You really think that's gonna hurt me?
I wanted to give it a shot. I mean, you know.
And then he's going to take a reaction. So, after the stone goes into the tentacle, the hole that sort of goes in, how it sort of like it implodes. It goes inwards. It opens up a bit more, and you just hear his voice go, "Drown." And a torrent of water fires out of the hole in the tentacle. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
17.
You just barely dodge out of the way of the torrent of water as it slams into the brick.
Oh,
the
fuck,
brick it
fuck.
hits shatters.
Hey,
And it actually leaves a mild crater into the platform.
that was really fucking uncalled for, you know?
I will drown you.
You can't drown me. I know how to swim.
My army.
You can't drown me. I know how to swim.
All of you will be lost in the torrents.
I'll just hold on to Taxi. He knows how to swim.
I literally control water, Ungaro. You're not. I'm really confused on the threats here.
Up next,
Can you not do that again? Can you not?
Up next, the blue orc, with both blades in hand, looking towards you. Sonnen, as you take a combat pose, he approaches you as well, and he goes first with the one in his left hand. That is a 12 to hit, so it misses. He
Does not hit,
swings.
misses.
You quickly finesse your way out of the way. You dodge to the right, and a very easy dodge. You easily calculated his move. His next blade, however, as it swings from his right hand up towards you, you see it coming as well. You calculate. He goes for an upward swing, and you just jump backwards, and it just barely, it almost grazes your nose as it passes up in the air. He then puts both of his, he flourishes them both again and puts them down towards his waist and starts to sort of sidestep around you, just staring at you. He goes, being dead taught you a lot, didn't it?
I like to think it did. Taught me I didn't want to be dead, that's for sure.
After you dodge out of the way from the upward swing of the blue orc, you hear a very familiar voice come to the back of your mind. You hear the sound of that cursed demon once more.
Motherfucker.
He just goes, oh, welcome back.
Not exactly who I want to be hearing from right now. Okay.
Lucky for you, I became stronger.
I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I cut out too. I heard I became
I thought mine was just
He
left
says,
out.
okay, retcon, I'll do it again.
Strawberry.
I became a strawberry, yes, no. The voice in the back of your mind, he says, lucky for you, I became stronger. So, you look down at your left forearm and you feel that pulsating, chaotic energy once more. The purple, effervescent light starts to come through your veins. You feel your arm start jerking just from the sheer power. And you look, your palm opens, and a ethereal purple dagger appears in the palm of your hand.
Oh god, do I use this?
He goes,
I don't know.
use it. Take his life.
Fuck.
However, up next is Mountain, so it's Mountain's turn.
Yeah,
I guess we'll
baby.
figure that out later.
I am going to pull out my trident because I don't use that enough.
Right?
I'm gonna rush towards him and I'm gonna use my lunging attack.
Go ahead.
All right. And that is going to be a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
All right. Let's do some damage. That'll be 8 plus the superiority die.
Great weapon fighting.
Wow, that's some great weapon fighting, Mal.
God damn it.
Great
I only
moves.
got-
Keep it up.
Great job.
Fine. 9 damage.
Is that with the superiority die?
Yes. I only got a 1.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
So you go for the lunge. You kind of miscalculate the height, and it embeds itself around near his waist, sort of like above a little bit, right around the bottom of the abdomen. As you puncture it in, he doesn't seem to wince from the pain. His head just slowly cocks towards you and goes, I'm not focused on you right now, short stack.
Who you calling short stack? Big blue bitch. And then I
Got him.
pull the trident out and go to stab at his throat.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
24 to hit.
That's a fat hit.
Oh, fat hit.
Make sure he never comes back.
Yo, Taxi, chill.
13, baby.
13 damage.
Yeah.
13 damage.
As you take your trident, you lunge up more closer to the top. You aim higher. The center pike of your trident, the center spire, it goes directly into his throat.
Oh, yeah.
Blood coughs out of his mouth. He goes, Don't worry, I'll be back. And he falls to his knees and then slowly slides off the spike of the trident and falls backwards into the ground, lying lifeless.
I spit on him.
Nice.
He won't be back.
Up next will be Sonnen.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up those daggers, I guess, since the orc is dead.
Well, you currently have you have that ethereal dagger in your left hand.
Right.
So you're gonna pick them both up with your right hand, or what are you doing there?
Shit, wait, can I not drop the ethereal dagger? I don't know if I want to use it.
Do you want to try to drop it?
Yeah, see, I'm just gonna like shake my hand around and see if it falls
You go to
off.
let go of it, and it slowly floats down towards the ground and then dissipates and you just hear the sound of the demon once again in the back of your mind. He just goes, "You're making a big mistake."
I don't really know if I need this power. Catherine, Hey, Catherine, do you have a dagger for me?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
I need an
sir.
adult.
I need an adult.
I need an adult.
He's making some pretty good offers. You know I like daggers.
That is, fuck, I have a -3 to this. That is 13.
13. You can't drop the dagger. As it starts to float away, you quickly grab it again as it's falling, and you put it back in your hand. You want to use this dagger.
Oh, motherfucker.
You were promised that this will kill him, and you want him dead. You look towards Brendan now that the orc is no longer lying there, and you want to drive this dagger into your father's neck.
Fuck, I throw it, Len.
Are you sure
I throw it to
about
Brendan.
that?
I throw it to Brendan.
Okay, make a ranged attack with a dagger. Simple dagger.
That's a natural one.
It's a natural 1.
He's still fighting even with his dice.
Someone doesn't want this. He misses on purpose.
You take the dagger in your left hand, you toss it over, put it in your right, and you go to just throw it from your fingertips. As it flies towards Brendan, he looks over and sees it coming, and he waves his hand, and it just almost counters the ethereal dagger.
My God, is it a reflect counter or is it just like it goes away?
This isn't fucking Smash, dog.
I'm just,
Flies back into me, stabs me, someone dies.
Get free stocked, son.
Knockback.
when you said natural 1, I was kind of worried you're gonna hit me again.
No, he's 30 feet in the air. That would take impressive skill to fuck up.
Impressive skill to miss that, yeah. Okay, so anything else Sunda's gonna do for his turn?
I will pick up those daggers now, though.
Alright, pick up the daggers. You now have them. Go ahead and
Nice.
add them to your equipment. You already know what they are. They were
Yeah.
in brambles. Up next then's going to be Hiltree on Br'aad's shoulders. I'm not anymore on Br'aad's shoulders. He's now below Br'aad. Next to Taxi.
Hey, anybody have some daggers?
Help!
It's like all I'm good at.
We'll work for daggers.
We'll work for daggers.
Br'aad has daggers. I don't know if I can say that out of turn or anything.
No.
Hiltree would like to pickpocket Br'aad and take the daggers.
Fuck it, sure. Make a sleight of hand check.
1 second, that's a +5. That is a 12.
12?
Yeah.
Br'aad, your passive perception is like what? Garbage,
7.
right? 7, yeah. Hiltree grabs the dagger out of the sheath on Br'aad's side belt, and you now have another dagger. I'll say it's a bonus action for you to do that, so you can still
Okay,
throw it.
cool.
if
And
you
he
want.
throws it.
Throws it to Brendan?
At
Or the
Brendan,
tentacle?
yeah. At
Brendan. Okay, go ahead and roll.
Thing. 16 + 5.
That hits.
So 21.
Yeah,
Hell
Hiltree deserves the final blow, honestly.
Honestly, yeah, it doesn't need to be fucking Br'aad or Silnan, you know, the guy's son. It needs to be Hiltree.
Ah, fuck.
Ah, fuck. That's a 3 + 3, 6.
6 damage, alright. It embeds itself right around the, a little bit above his left knee. It kind of just goes right in. He winces a bit and goes, "Ah, you fucking goblin."
Oh no.
Hi.
Hiltree would like to run away now.
Hiltree like to run. Okay, Hiltree runs, and I would say with his movement speed, he probably just gets over to where Silnan is and hides behind Silnan.
Okay. Oh, hey, Hiltree. So I still have that dagger. Did that dagger just like manifest back in my hand, or like?
You don't know yet. It's not, you have no
Okay.
idea. You currently are still holding both of those other daggers.
We're gonna get
Gotcha.
out of this alive, guys.
I
we can
believe
do
in
it.
us, or we're gonna drown. One of the two.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna
Up
drown.
next is going to be. Okay, so Brendan. Okay, so I'm gonna have Br'aad
That's me.
make a strength check.
Oh, no.
That's bad. Oh no.
Wait, that's not me now that I think about it.
Wait a minute, I'm not Br'aad. Please stop.
6.
Wait a minute. Nice.
He looks down towards you. He steps around the tentacle and looks down towards you. His left hand comes up. He flicks his wrist slowly, and as he does, you pull off the ground with it.
Oh.
He raises you 30 feet up into the air, where you're about face to face with him, and he just looks at you in the eyes very solemnly and says, "I'm sorry, son, but you can't leave here alive."
That's a fair trade. Br'aad for Silnan.
Br'aad for Silnan. Oh well.
Dude, I'm ready to
Guess
make
that's.
it.
Honestly, yeah, fair trade. We get Sonnen back, we lose Br'aad. It's fine.
Whatever.
It's fine.
You know?
Just
I
break
don't think
down.
there'll be any
looks at
complaints.
each other and just smiles.
Everyone looks at each other, gives each other the thumbs up, like, yep, we're cool with it.
We're good.
Crab wave.
We all
Crab
leave
wave
after
starts
that.
playing in the background. Br'aad is dead.
Br'aad is dead.
His hand, he just releases the grasp, and you drop down towards you drop back down towards the ground. You're going to fall onto your back first onto the platform. You actually feel some of the bricks shatter from the impact of you hitting against it. Your bones ache. You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall. Yeah, you feel like your shoulder blades are probably not in the best shape right now. I'm gonna get that looked at afterwards.
Hopefully afterwards. He says.
Hopefully.
So after that, it's going to be Br'aad.
Did he,
about me?
in his turn, 5 feet within that sphere? I'm pretty sure he didn't move.
He didn't move, yeah, so he's still in the sphere.
Dex saving throw, my boy. Tentacle 2, if the tentacle has to, I don't know.
24.
Alright, let me roll. Alright, 3 points of fire damage. Stupid bitch.
Wait, did Velrissa not get a turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Velrissa goes before.
Oh shit,
Br'aad.
no, it is Velrissa's turn, sorry. I still had you marked as like unconscious, I don't know why.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
fix that. Okay, there you go, it is your turn. My bad.
Is Brendan within 60 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna cast...
Yes,
Wait.
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead at Brendan.
Toll the Dead, okay.
It's a wisdom saving throw, 14. Or DC.
That is an 18.
Okay. Well... I end my turn.
Alright. Up next is
Well, I
Grillins.
tried.
You just hear a
Well
little
tried.
ding. It's not even a bell. It's just a ding.
Br'aad would like to pee as a free action.
Wait, I didn't use my bonus action, so I'm gonna go pee too.
Mountain code.
Sorry, boys. I needed alcohol. I don't drink, but my character drinks.
What the fuck? I don't drink what my character does, so I need alcohol. Hold
I don't
on.
have a problem, but my character does.
I don't snort cocaine, but my character does.
I don't
So it's
smoke
okay.
weed, but my
I don't
character
kill my
might.
dad, but my character does.
That's fucking awful, Charlie.
Okay. Br'aad looks down at his book. He looks up at Brendan, at his briefcase. And he says, well, like father, like gun. And then out of eldritch energy, he makes a gun and shoots
No.
it. Oh.
Finger gun.
No.
No.
You don't even know what
Control
again.
Z,
makes-
try again.
He makes a finger gun and then
Br'aad
shoots-
uses his eldritch energy to make an AK-47. No, fuck off. Do your fucking turn.
I think
Okay,
he
he
meant
makes
that
a-
the
he
Eldritch
makes-
Blast is in shape of a gun,
I
and
was
then it
just
shoots an
flavoring
Eldritch
it like
Blast
it
bullet.
was it was yeah. So can I do that, please?
I will allow no.
It makes a crossbow.
You can make a if you really want to, you can make a finger gun.
You're allowing
literally-
me to make.
you can-
You're allowing me to make a finger gun, dude. Thank you.
You can
so
Yu Yu
much.
Hakusho it
I
and just
feel-
fucking
I
spirit
feel
gun them. Like,
blessed. Yeah, I'm doing
well, you're
it.
not going to thoroughly make a fucking assault rifle and just fire it at your fucking father.
Can it just be a little handgun?
No,
Can it be an M14?
All right.
no.
Can it be a
Anyways,
fucking rocket launcher? All right, fine. I'm making.
Fucking
All right.
stop.
Can it be
Finger
the
gun.
grapple
Finger
gun
gun.
Hell yeah.
from Fortnite?
Finger
Fuck
gun.
shit. Fuck yeah.
Finger gun.
That's
shit.
cooler.
All right. First one is a 20, not natural to hit.
That is a hit.
Second one is a Oh wait, shit. Before I do this, I wanted to cast Hex. Can I do that? Can I do that now?
No, too late.
Oh. That's upsetting.
I'm kidding. I'm memeing. Yes, you can
Oh,
fucking
okay.
use
All right,
your
I
bonus
give him
action.
disadvantage on strength.
disadvantage on strength. All right,
First one hits.
Mark that
Alright,
down
second
here.
one is 19 to hit.
both of them hit.
Cool. All right. He takes 33 force damage.
33.
Yeah, with the hex.
All right.
Oh, with the
I was
hex.
just
As
I was
you
just
fire-
sitting here in silence doing math.
As you fire, using you actually use both your hands. You make this sort of ball of energy in between them, and you pull it apart to create two sort of energy balls in your hands, and you fire your Eldritch Blasts off of both hands. They both streak up in an arch. Fire into Brendan. A puff of smoke blinds your vision from him and the tentacle. and then you just see his body falling off of the tentacle. He lands in front of you with a hard thud. And as he does, the briefcase, it clatters to the ground and actually slides away from him. He goes to try to push himself up a little bit. He looks up at you, Br'aad, and as you can see, his right leg is actually, it's bending away it shouldn't. You can tell the bone's broken. He's trying to pull himself back up. He looks up at you. His hand grabs a hold of your pant leg. And as you're looking down at him, his eyes, the purple and yellow, slowly fades out of them. He just goes, thank you. Now, run. And he falls to the ground.
It's good to meet you, Dad.
Oh no.
As combat ends, as Brendan, his hand lightly, it lets go of your pant leg and he falls to the ground, unmoving. You hear once again the low roar of Ungaroda start to shake the cavern, and the back wall starts to actually crack, stone falling off behind where the tentacles are. And you see the shape of a large reptilian eye, encompassing almost the entire surface area of the back wall, opens. The yellow iris, the size of the platform, larger than that, looking at you. It just goes, your reckoning is here.
Time to run!
Go time!
And as he says that, water begins to just bellow out from underneath of him,
Stone and Spruce.
starting to flood the cavern.
I grab the book or the briefcase and then I run.
Can Taxi tell if he's ethereal or if he's actually there?
Make a Arcana check.
19 plus Arcana, 19 plus 4.
You get the feeling that a piece of him is here. This is not fully him, but it definitely still seems powerful.
Would Taxi know if the gem of banishment in his pouch would be useless here?
Yes, it would be.
Okay.
You can tell this isn't his full physical form, so you cannot really banish him. I mean,
I would like to
Taxi
reach
picks
down.
up Hill's tree. Taxi picks up Hill tree and doubles his speed and starts to bolt.
Am I
Okay.
still near the blue orc, like standing above him?
Most
the blue
water
orc
coming
is
into
laying
the
on
building.
the ground, lifeless, but there is water flooding in rapidly
Yeah.
into the cavern.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to reach down and rip off the blue orc's head and bring it with me and run.
Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Make a strength
Make
check.
a strength check?
metal.
Come on. Really?
Dude, I
You're
love
ripping
Mountain.
a head off of a body. Make a fucking strength check, you
Mountain
pussy.
can do it.
Fine.
Mountain
Natural
can do
one.
it. Mountain can do it. Oh, fuck.
You do not. You don't even get a hold of him. At this point, the water's already pillowing in, and it's hard to get a grip on him as the water is encompassing now about to your knees.
Can I at least cut it
and
off?
it's, you're just
Can I at
slipping.
least
You
like
rip
pull out
off
a
your
weapon
own
and cut it
head.
off real quick?
Mountain, now's not the time for this!
I'm
gotta
pulling
die.
I grab Mountain and try to and force him to run.
No, just start hacking at it. Cut the shit off.
I want to cut it off.
Mountain, do you struggle against Velrissa trying to push you
No,
forward?
I go. God damn it. Fuck
Okay,
you, Velrissa.
everybody
Saving
exits
my
the
life and
cavern as
shit.
the water pillows in. You start running up that same spiral staircase. You can actually see the water already pushing in, starting to flood the staircase as you're all rushing up. I need you all to make athletic checks.
19.
19.
23.
23.
Wait, no, -4, 19.
19. Velrissa?
18.
18. Okay. Br'aad?
14.
14. Okay. Mountain?
21.
21. All right. You all make your way up the staircase, running ahead of the flood of water. You make it out, and as you get to the top, there's no cathedral. As you come out of the top, it's just the staircase into the flooring of the cave, and that's it.
So they're like, there's no big city here anymore at all.
The whole city's gone. It's just a bit of brick stonework around where the spiral staircase starts, and just it going down. As the water hits the top, it stops.
Can
It
I
doesn't-
like
it doesn't
make
proceed.
a Arcana check or something to see why that happened?
Go ahead, make an Arcana check. But yeah, the water stops at the very top and doesn't seem to start flooding this part of the cave. It seems to stop, and it's pitch black and there's dead silence.
17.
You get the feeling that it was just some sort of illusion that was being brought on by Ungaro and this cultists down below.
Hey, DM.
Yo, what's up?
Can I hug Silnan?
Yes, you can hug Silnan.
No. We need. All right, we need to keep running, and Taxi keeps going. He keeps fucking bolting.
No, I hug Br'aad. Fuck this.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
These are all things Br'aad is saying.
Bolting.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Hey. Anyway, yeah, really long embrace. At least 10 seconds, at least. There's some
You hold
brotherly
each other.
chatting in there.
Everyone else
As you
is
guys-
just sort of like shuffling around, unsure.
As you both hold each other tightly, very happy to once again see your brother alive, breathing. You hold him close, Silnan, you close your eyes, and in the back of your mind, you hear the voice of Ugarth. You hear him repeating
we
the
left his
same words
body
again.
behind. God damn.
You hear, brothers, save brothers. Sort of reverb in the back of your head, remembering the things he said to you.
A single tear falls down his face.
Br'aad, as you're embracing Silnan, you hear the voice of Brendan in the back of your mind. You hear just the last things he said to you before he fell. You hear the thank you. And then you guys let go of the hug after a few minutes.
After a few minutes, damn, that's a long ass hug. I look towards everybody else.
I would hope.
Yeah, no, it's very long, yeah.
I wipe another tear away. I look at Silnan. You look dead tired.
You could say that.
Do you get it?
Yeah, it's a good one, Br'aad.
Thank you. I hug him again.
I hug them both.
Aww.
Aw, group hug.
Oh shit, I gesture everyone to get in here.
Oh, get in here. Someone joins in a gesture.
I ignore the group hug.
Oh fuck! All right, I
squeeze
shuffle,
really
Velrissa,
tight.
I shuffle the group hug over to absorb Velrissa.
Velrissa gets forcefully hugged.
She just gets sucked in.
You better be around to stay this time.
Don't fucking die again.
Taxi just sits down and like holds the torch up and just panting real loud. Like
As this group hug is forming, the party very happy to have made it out with 0 casualties on the actual full party's end. Some others' lives were lost, but you guys are still here, still together. Silnan, you feel that voice creep into the back of your mind once more. You feel that pain course up your left forearm. It just goes,
I'm still here. You can't escape me.
What's that?
Oh, nothing, just voices in my head still,
Oh yeah. Forgot about
Yeah.
that one.
You get the notion as well, just from the pain in your forearm. Somehow this resurrection has given this being more power.
Oh, gross. Okay. We'll hopefully have a one-on-one time with Br'aad. But anyway, I turn towards the rest of the parties. Thank you guys. Sincerely.
oh yeah, no problem. It was no problem at all. It was,
It was
super
nothing.
easy to get here.
Insight check on Taxi. I'd like to see if it really was a problem.
Taxi's just shivering on the ground, like sitting down, like and like intervals, just kind of.
No, seriously, I owe you my life.
Well, glad you're back, Silnan.
It's really great to have you back, Silnan.
What they said.
Glad to be back. I also would like to pick up Hilltree and hug him, because I don't know if he was part of that group hug.
Aww.
Hilltree graciously accepts the hug. You can see the tears rolling down his eyes. He goes, I really missed you, Silnan.
I missed you too, Hilltree.
Don't leave me again.
I promise I won't.
Br'aad's kind of mean. Don't leave me with him.
I give Br'aad the stink eye, just a tiny bit of a stink eye. Br'aad.
You missed out on a lot, but we should get back to a place above ground before we. Oh God! And Taxi falls down and lays down on the ground.
I kick Taxi lightly.
I mean,
the fuck are you doing?
Going to sleep.
No, I would love to see the light of day again myself. So yeah, let's get going.
There's a nice place above here somewhere.
Yeah, let's check it out. What now?
I don't know. I guess we'll just see what the world brings us. I look up at the sky knowingly at the DM.
And we're just gonna have to roll with it.
Hey guys, welcome to the end thing where we take the fucking patron names. I can't speak right now. It's really late at night. We're trying to do the patrons at the end now. Patrons, if you're hearing this, let us know what you think of this, because you are paying for this, and if you want it in the mid-roll, then we will keep doing it in the mid-roll, you know? Anyway, yeah, let's go into it. Thank you very much to Andrew Georgiou, Bonaby, Claudie, Divinator, Ethor Haroldson, Jacob Archer, Jay Newell, Kuro Kumagawa, Little Bean Entertainment, that's the one I fuck up. McChex, Melamber, Nicholas Singleton, Nivak, Oathkeeper, Pi Inc., Read This If You're a Nerd, I guess I am now, Ronan Agnew, Ryan Loves Megan, Samantha Dawn, Shay Payton, Skylar Hitmis, wait, Hitmis? Is that your actual last name? I like that. And Sturm Christian. And if you're not a patron, thank you anyway for watching and supporting this podcast. It really does mean the world to us. Next episode is actually the end of the first arc, which is something we've been building up to for a long time, and I'm really excited to get there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and the episodes to come. It's only going up from here. Love you guys. See ya.